here with your boy.
Sunny, how's it going, guys? Extremely excited for today, and yeah, hope you guys are too.
Guys, today we are going to be building the Instagram Reels clone. Now, this is a brand new functionality which a lot of you guys currently might not know about, even that it even exists. But this is something that Instagram put together to essentially take over TikTok because they didn't want to be taken over by it. And this functionality is live. Now, I'm showing you from my desktop device, so you actually won't be able to see how it is on your phone. But if you go on your phone and you click on the search icon and you go to the Instagram, it'll show you Reels. So here's an example of what a Reels looks like on Instagram, and then it keeps playing. It's essentially like a TikTok. So I'll just play this over here for you guys and check it out. The thing goes. So that's an example of an Instagram reel, and this is live. I have a few reels on my Instagram feed already. Sunny has some Instagram reels as well. And what we decided to do is take that and then turn it into our own app, Sunny.
Exactly, guys. Like we can see over here, we've got an app very, very similar to what we did with the TikTok build. But a lot of you guys know TikTok now banned in India. So we want to go with the trend. We want to go with what's popping now, and that's Instagram Reels. So we went ahead, listened to you guys, and we built a clone of it. Like, because you know how we do it. We want to build these clones for you guys. So if you guys are excited about this build, let us know. And I think we should break it down, Kazi, and talk about what we're actually going to be including inside of this build.
We definitely will break this down, and I want to show them the actual demo of this right now. So I'm going to click on this one. Check it out, guys. This is a Reels that Sunny put on his own page on Instagram, and he put it in his clone as well.
Is the sound coming through on there?
What's up? Yeah, it's so sick.
Nice.
They can hear the sound. And then this is another one. Let's see if
the editing on this one was insane, dude.
Yeah.
Even trying to get the text to pop up at the right times, you've got to really fiddle with that, you know?
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So you guys can see it has that like nice little snap functionality here as well. So what we'll start to do now is list out everything that was used to build this clone. So go ahead, Sunny, and start talking to me, and I'll start listing it out.
Okay, so firstly, guys, you guys know that we love React. So this app was built using React. It was...
Give me 1 second here. Yep. Let's go again. Okay, cool.
So this app was built in React. We are deploying it and hosting it using Firebase. So we're going to show you guys how you can go ahead and do that. And with a lot of our builds, we wanted to show you guys a bit more functionality. So what we went ahead with this and done with this build is we're actually pulling the videos that you see right now from Firebase Firestore. So it's a real-time database, right? So we're actually pulling in that information inside of the Firebase real-time database, and we're pulling that in, and we're going to show you guys how to go ahead and do that. On top of that, we have a bunch of CSS tricks. So we have a bunch of CSS hacks that we're going to show you guys today. Like, how did we get that snapping? You know, like, how do you get that to work? We're going to show you guys how to go ahead and do that. We're also going to show you guys how you can implement a really clean looking design using Material UI. So again, we use Material UI in a lot of our builds, and we're going to go ahead and use it in this build as well. So we've got that coming. Also, guys, little treat, right? So today we've actually included some third-party libraries. So we're using one called React Ticker to get that little cool sort of music ticker at the bottom of the screen. So that's going to be really cool. We're going to show you guys how you can use that. And it's just a really, really, like, this is going to be a fun build today, guys. So this is going to be one of those fun projects that are going to look really nice to your portfolio, to add to your portfolio. And yeah, I think I'm pretty excited for this one.
Damn, this one is really meaty. It's filled with tons and tons of valuable content for everybody. I think whether you want to do front end or back end, they're going to learn all of those. And Firebase and React are just one of those that we keep using and we love so very much.
Exactly.
I think that's going to be good. Yep. Anything else that we should add in here?
I don't think so, guys. We are going to be showing you guys, if you're new to React, We are going to be building this all with React hooks. Yeah, so we're going to be supporting all of the data flow throughout the app right now with React hooks. Going to be showing you guys the use state hook, the use effect hook. So if you're interested in learning about those, stay tuned and you will find out how to use them inside this video.
Yep. Let me actually write that down for everybody. You'll be
Yeah.
learning React hooks. Okay, so let's leave that
Nice.
there. Awesome. Guys, get excited. This is going to be an epic build. I know we have tons of people already in the chat. Hajira is here. She's like, love the vibe here today. So much positivity. Love you all. Michael says, how long does this gonna take? Guys, this one is actually gonna be pretty quick. So we're looking at probably an hour or two, and we could actually get this up and running. With that said, let's just jump straight into the build. So at this point, we should start off by doing our npx create app. Yeah, I imagine.
Exactly. Yeah, so let's go ahead and share a terminal so we can work together. If I go ahead and start
So
typing.
live share, and I'll give you read and write access. So you should be good to go now.
So now if I do ls, can I do ls? One sec.
You should be able to.
There we go. Nice. Awesome.
Okay. So let's just do npx create react
Oh, you gotta have the dashes between it.
react app.
Yeah. And what Kazi's doing here, guys, is he's using a tool built by Facebook called Create React App, and he's using a very handy tool called npx to actually go ahead and execute that tool that they've built. So we would do npx Create React App, and then the name of the app to actually go ahead and set up a project.
And you don't need cleverprogrammer.js. That's just a dummy file I leave up, but you don't need that.
Yeah, this is just to show you guys that everything is real time. So you see, I'm actually typing on the screen, and you can see it actually pops in, and you can see like as I type, it comes in. Awesome.
Yep.
Nice.
So while this is installing, guys, we're actually going to go ahead and also set up Firebase.
Let's do that. Now, guys, all you need in order to get Firebase up and running is a Google account. So all you need is a Gmail account. And if you guys haven't heard of Firebase, all it is a suite of tools that allows you to do all it is. It's actually a super powerful suite of tools that allows you to do your hosting, your database, your authentication. Today, we're going to be showing you guys how to do the database side of things and hosting. So once you're signed in, you want to click on the create project, and then Kazi is going to run you through now how you go ahead and set up your first project.
And guys, this is my new setup actually. We just moved into this new place. This is the Team CP mansion. So this is actually going to be the new setup from now on. So that's one of the reasons why we ran a little bit late, because we were trying to get this to be up and running and work.
Exactly.
All right. So I'm just going to hit
That's
IG.
exciting, guys. That's pretty exciting, the new thing. Like I'm super pumped to see that as a new backdrop. And we'll see as that backdrop changes.
What's up, guys? And he's actually helping out moderate the chat, speak to a lot of the people. Sometimes I'll jump into the chat and everything as well. We'll all jump in. We just got a donation. Thank you so much, Mutation Nas.
Nice. Thank you, dude.
Yep, I really appreciate that. But you guys are going to see in the background, we're going to kind of add those really nice lighting, and we're going to have a really cool setup. So you'll see as it evolves.
Yeah, exactly. And we just hit 500 viewers on this stream, guys.
Nice.
So thank you so much.
Oh, and we do want to say, if you guys are enjoying this and you want this to go out to as many people as possible, what can they do, Sonny?
All you guys need to do is go ahead and smash the thumbs up button, and that will help this video go out to as many people as possible. So that's all we ask you guys to do, smash that thumbs up button.
Yeah, guys, go ahead and do it. You know, right now we're asking really nicely because the coffee hasn't hit yet, but you know how it goes when the coffee hits. Hey, Sunny Bunny coming in hot always. And Sunny Bunny basically says, you are amazing. I mean, I'll actually show you guys because Ecamm sometimes like messes up, but this is actually what he sent us. He didn't actually say you are a dancing pair. All right, so Firebase is now set up and the app is started. So now we're going to just CD into the IG Reels clone, and I'm going to hit npm start to get it up and running. Now, while that happens, I'm going to go inside of this folder here, I don't need this clever programmer JS. I'm just going to delete it. Now,
Yep.
inside here in the source, few files that we don't need. So let's just clean up a little bit. This one, and this one, these three here. So we're going to hit delete.
Yep.
Now, it's going to error out and say, hey, you're missing a logo. If you zoom in, that's what it's actually saying. You're missing a logo. That's a simple fix. It's because we deleted the logo. So we're going to go into our app.js, delete this line here, and that's one thing. And then delete everything that's actually inside of this header or inside of this div. I'm going to delete it. And I'm just going to create a simple h1 tag like that. And this is going to say, hey, clever programmer, let's build an IG Reels clone.
Nice.
All right. And I'm going to hit save. And it should be good to go. So you guys can see that it is already up and running here. So that's dope. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure some of the styling is gone. So here we see a few things happening. So one thing that we see here is it's centering it, right? And then the other thing that's happening is that there is this margin over here at the top that's kind of added by default. So we're going to go ahead and remove all of those things right now. So we're going to go inside of app.css, and I'm going to highlight everything and delete it, and I'm going to hit save. Now what you'll see happen is now it's left aligned. So that should happen for you as well. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to go into our index.css. So make sure you're not in app.css anymore. Go here. And inside of here, we're going to remove that annoying invisible margin that exists. So we're going to go here, select everything. I'm just going to go margin 0. And now you see what happens, right? That magical weird margin is now gone. If I remove it, it's back. So no need for that. Let's just clean it up. Boom. So we are pretty much ready to go. One last thing we do want to mention is we are using BEM naming convention. And
nice.
right. And for that, we want to make sure our class name is actually app like this, lowercase. With that said, Sunny, go ahead.
Dude, I'm so proud. You went through that. I literally just sit here, I'm like, yes.
You have tears coming out of your eyes.
I also want to say a massive thank you to Thiru Malesh Reddy, who just dropped a donation and said, good job. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Awesome. Nice. Thank you, guys. So, as Kazi said, let's go ahead and get started, guys. So, now what we want to do is we are going to actually go ahead and sort of map out the app first, right? Mm-hmm. So, this app has a very sort of basic layout inside of app.js, right? We actually had that logo at the top, and then it said Reels, and then we had the videos, and the videos is kind of like a container which just has a scrollable section of videos, right? So let's go ahead and sort of mark it out, right? So the first thing we're going to have is a div which says app__top, right?
So let's actually visually share what you're talking about. So go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, oh, damn it, my emit doesn't work, but that's fine. That's completely fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so guys, so what we're going to first do is we have the image at the top, right? So image at top.
The Reels image,
logo.
yeah?
Yep, so that's the logo. And then we have the text, which says Reels, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have that, and then we have the text, which says Reels. And then we have a little bit of space, and then we have like a container of app videos. So pretty much the reason why I'm doing it like that is because we're going to be calling it the app videos container. So this is just pretty much a scrollable container. Okay, this is a scrollable container like that, right? So it's pretty much just a scrollable container, and then everything is going to happen inside of that container, right? So it's very, very simple. We're going to have one div up here, and then we're going to have one div over here, right? And then all the magic is going to happen there. Awesome. So with that said, what we're going to do now is first make the first div. So you see we've actually sectioned things off. So I recommend you do this in order to actually make it a little bit easier for yourselves in terms of laying things out. So here we can do div app top. Please work, please work, please work. No, it didn't work. Okay, never mind. So I gotta do it the old school way. I'm gonna say div. There we go. Class name equals, and then I'm gonna say app underscore top. There we go. So this one's going to be div underscore app top, and then that's pretty much going to have the top of the so the logo and the text, and then we're going to have that scrollable container, right? So we're going to say div, and then I'm going to say class name of app videos, like this, right? And then inside of here, we're going to pretty much have that one. So you see, when you just mark it out, it makes life a lot easier, right? It does make it a lot simpler to just kind of visualize what's going to happen. So let's go ahead and actually pop things in straight away so we can actually see that logo at the top. Yeah.
What I like about how Sunny marks and these comments is he's thinking in a component-based way. So even when we just drew it out earlier like this, right? This is kind of like a component-based way of thinking, and pretty much these comments will tell you what you need to do later on. So love that.
Exactly. And like when you're using React, guys, you really want to shift your mindset into it, that component-based way of thinking. It will make things a lot easier and a lot sort of simpler to sort of build things. Also, massive thank you to Surab, who just dropped a donation. Appreciate that, dude. And Yathish as well. He goes, I am new to C# development. Any guide on where to start? This is all React at the moment, dude. But I mean, if we get enough interest, then we can sort of look into that stuff. Awesome. So now we've got, so let's go ahead and save. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually go ahead and first add the first image. So I've got an image here. It's literally just the Instagram logo, guys. So we'll share the code afterwards for you guys so you guys can see this. But this is just a logo I got off of Google Images, and it's just the logo. I'll do this for the first one because I guess everyone can sort of just copy that. But after that, guys, I'm not going to show you all the links because it's going to be very simple for you guys to go ahead and grab these yourself. Nice. So as soon as I click save on that, notice I gave it a name of app logo so we can style it afterwards. And let's go ahead and open up our local host, Kazi.
Yep. Let's go ahead and do that right over here.
Awesome. Nice. So you see we have a massive Instagram logo right now. So let's go ahead and first just fix that, because right now we can't really work with anything when we have that massive logo spamming the entire screen. So I'm going to go into my CSS and I'm going to target it. I'm going to say go and target the app logo and give it a height. And I'm going to use like a sort of dynamic value. I'm going to say 12 view height, which means 12% of the height of the screen. Give it that height. So as soon as I go ahead and do that, we should see it drop to a drastically smaller size. So let me go ahead and save. It's not letting me save, Kazi, so maybe you might need to save on your local. There we go. Nice. Awesome. So if you maybe I think if you follow me, it might be easier.
I am following you.
Oh, you are, yeah?
Yeah.
Is it following me? Because I'm in app.js right now.
It just moved there. It's just lagging for some reason. I don't know why. Even though my computer is not lagging, but I don't know why Visual Studio Code is lagging.
No worries. So now for the text, what we're going to do is we're just going to have a simple H1 because it's going to be a main header. So we're going to use H1 for it. We're going to say Reels. Simple as that. And then go ahead and click save. I don't know why VS Code's not letting me save. Should I try and rejoin the session?
Yeah, you can try to. Yeah, you can try to leave and rejoin. Yeah, give that a shot.
Let me go. Let me give that a try, because then.
Do you need a different link, or you're gonna be fine with that link?
I should be able to jump on the same link.
Yep. You guys can prepare JavaScript interviews. Awesome, you guys. So make sure you guys keep asking your questions and whatever things you have in your mind in the chat below, because we are looking at all of those, and we can take all of your questions and answer them through the live stream if it makes sense to, or we'll hold it for the end and then answer them then. And I'm responding to a lot of people actually through just chat.
Nice. I am back.
Okay.
I think. So if I click save now, I think it should work. Okay, so you can see me, right? Inside the code.
I'm following you.
Yep. Nice. Okay, so awesome. So now I can save as well, I think. So now we've got the Reels there, so that's good. And then what we're going to do is just go ahead and we've got the app videos. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out something here, guys. So what we're going to eventually have is basically a bunch of video components, right? So it's just going to be a bunch of videos. And what the way that we're going to basically render it is so the styling for this app videos will make these videos appear in the scrollable way that you guys saw previously, okay? So that's going to be sort of our end goal of where we want to get to. And we can actually go ahead and style a lot of this now. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go over to app.css. So first I'm just going to hit save on this. Aditya just dropped a donation. He says, just love the amount of good things you're doing for the developer community. Keep going. We appreciate that. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks, Aditya.
Yeah, amazing. So now inside of the app.css, what we're going to do at the top of the file, we are going to type in. So this is actually a requirement for getting that snapping functionality, right? So in order to get that scrolling snapping functionality, you have to type in HTML at the top, and then you have to drop the following line. So it's scroll snap type, Y mandatory. Now this is saying set a scrolling snap type for the Y-axis, which is the sort of scrolling up and down. And we're going to make it mandatory. And
just to be
honest,
clear, the scrolling functionality that Sunny is referring to, guys, is this one over here. When I notice how if I just scroll and I let go, watch how it snaps, right? Boom, and it snaps. That's what you want. That's what TikTok and IG Reels both have.
Exactly. Without that, you're going to get a clunky, horrible experience where it's just going to be like a normal web page, which it completely breaks the user experience. So you want to have that snapping, right? Now, what we're going to do next is we're going to target the app container. We're going to say, this is a really neat trick if you guys didn't know it, but we're going to say display grid, right? So display grid. And then we say place items, place items center like this. And what this will do is, I love this trick. So, Kazi, if you head back to the localhost.
Yep.
And then now if I hit save, for some reason it's not letting me save. You might have to save on the files, I think, Kazi. Yeah. Okay. It's not letting me. Yeah, nice. So you see, guys, what it did is it actually went ahead and centered the elements, right? But it does it on the X and Y axis, if you believe it or not. And then in order to get it perfectly centered, what I need to do is say height of 100 view height, right? So if I go ahead and do that and then we save it, so now if we do that, it will actually center with 100% of the height of the screen, right? So if we save that one, then we should see it pop into this. There we go. So that's actually, it may not look it, but right now all of the contents are being centered perfectly in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, because before, without using that grid technique, it sometimes centers it like this way, and like it'll put it over here. But with grid, it actually like centers it both vertically and actually like horizontally, so it gets perfect middle.
Exactly, just with 2 lines of code, display grid and place item center. So that's really, really powerful stuff right there. So we're gonna click. We're gonna go ahead and add a background color of. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a background color of black. But for now, I'm gonna comment it out because if I do that, you're not gonna see the text, right? So I'm not gonna add that in just yet, but I'm gonna add it and then comment it out. And then what I'm gonna do is for the text inside of the top section. So remember we had app top. I'm going to target the H1 and say align the text in the center and make the color of the text white. Okay, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to say let's go ahead and do that. So firstly, let's go ahead and make this background color black, and let's go ahead and save the file. So because you need to save app.css.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Now you can see that it's pretty much gone ahead and it's made everything black, but it didn't do what we wanted and change the app.js H1. So it should have made this actually. Yo,
Sunny, should we just enable word wrap? Like, cause we do this really often.
Yeah, shall we? Because I think that will help a lot of people actually. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back there. So I think word wrap is going to be super because that's been, I think, a really frustrating thing. Even when I'm watching our own streams, I get confused where everything is.
Yeah.
So that should be good. And is there auto save or something along those lines we can enable in Visual Studio Code?
Oh, good shout, actually, good shout. Let's go ahead and click settings. Let me double check. Let's do auto save.
There should be
File
something with
controls.
save. Auto
There is a
save.
yeah. So on focus change, a dirty edit is automatically saved when the editor loses focus, or we can do after a delay.
What's a
After delay
dirty
might
editor?
be,
What the hell's a dirty editor?
I think that's when I switch to a different file, it will save. Actually, that's a good way of doing it. Yeah, on focus change maybe.
But I mean, you want it should be delay, right? Or
Yeah,
because no,
actually, yeah,
on it should
because
be
then
on focus, or which one should it be?
let's do after delay, because then that way they can see the screen as it changes. Yeah, let's do after delay. We'll do after delay, I think.
Perfect, perfect.
And
That's
then,
really good.
so that might be 1 second. Yeah, so if I go
One
ahead and do the
second
same
delay.
thing.
That's pretty good. So like, let me test it. So it says, um, okay, reels. Nice. That's perfect, dude. Let's actually
Well,
remove
that
the
might be
delay.
really. What
I'll
if I
do.
do it now? So if I
I'll
do,
do. I'll remove the delay to half a second. Actually, try it
dude,
now.
that's pretty good actually.
Try it.
That's like real time coding, I guess.
That's like
You know?
real time. Yeah. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Two. I'll do it
The only
300
thing I'm
seconds.
worried, yeah, the only thing I'm wondering is say if I'm coding like a bunch, like this, if
Oh,
it
that could be
saves.
annoying.
Oh no, then again, it's not doing it. It's not doing it. That's okay. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
It does it in a clever way. It's not.
Should I
It's
do
not pretty
it?
if
Should I do it half second or less than half a second?
Let's do it. Let's give it. Let's give it a half second. Let's see. Let's see how half second goes.
Okay. Cool. Done.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice. So that should help you guys out a bit more. So it should be a easier, sort of smoother visual cue on you guys. So now if we go back to this and we save. Oh no, I don't need to save. So now
Don't need to
on
save.
localhost. It's now on localhost 3000. Why are we
Yeah,
not seeing?
that's what I'm getting
us?
confused about. What the hell's going on?
So if we refresh refresh the right
I'll
page.
refresh. Okay, there we go. Just
Okay, there we go.
refresh.
Now we're back.
Nice.
Awesome. Hey, that's pretty cool, man. Nice.
There.
It's gonna make us super lazy.
Yeah.
So now let's go ahead and get rid of the top hey hello clever programmers section. And now if we do that, we've got reels in the middle, right? So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna go ahead and style the app videos so that it looks like a sort of outline for what we want to do. So let's go ahead and do app videos. So reels, app videos is what's gonna hold all the videos, right? So we're gonna go ahead and do app videos like this, and I'm going to go ahead and do position relative because I want the contents of whatever's inside of it to be relative, and then I'm going to do height of sorry, I'm going to do height of 65 pixel 65 view height, so height of 65 view height like this. And then I'm going to go and do, oh dude, this is insane, this is live saving. I like that. Yeah, and then we're going to do background color of white. So background color of white, like this. All right. And then what we're going to do is, and then we're going to go to make a border radius of 20 pixels, right? So I'm going to do, first I'm going to do a width of 70 pixels because right now you guys can't actually see anything. So let's go ahead and do that. And then you can see, now we've got the outline. Oh, dude, are you in, if you go to app.css, I don't think they can see the screen. There we go. Yeah, so guys, I was just adding code in
yeah,
app videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there
Perfect.
we go. Nice. Yeah, so now all we did was these 4 lines of code. So we've added a background color, a width of 70. Whoa, Moeen Hassan just said, hi guys, is it better to use class
Let me
component
actually show this first. So let me pop it up. Boom, there we go. All right, go for it. Thank you, by the way, for the £5 donation. That is massive.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's got it started off. Nice.
Yeah.
So he goes, hi guys, is it better to use class components or functional components or hooks? And where are you guys from? USA, nice videos. So firstly,
Functional
from
components.
yeah. What's that?
I just screamed functional components.
Yeah,
Can you hear
so
me
guys,
clearly?
Yeah. No, I can hear you
Okay,
now.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
kind of
Go
went a
for it.
bit weird. Yeah,
Okay, go for it.
so we have, so it's functional components, guys, right? So you only use functional components. Class components have been around for a longer time, so you're gonna need to know them. But functional components are like the creme de la creme. They're really beautiful, nice components which we'll introduce afterwards for the reasons of which we didn't like using class-based components, okay? Now, hooks, whenever we talk about hooks, we're always talking about functional components. You can't use hooks inside of class-based components. Something that everyone needs to know right now. Oh, and we got £5 donation as well just now. Oh,
Whoa.
nice.
Damn, what is going on? Thank you, by the way. And hopefully that answers your question. And I'm in LA, and I think Sunny is somewhere else. And Marley just gave another donation. Let me actually. Yeah, I scared Sunny or something. That was funny. Like froze up. He's like, what? Marley, thank you for the $5 donation. That is huge. And Marley says $20 apparently. Please create a profile user for this project. So that's something we could extend it to eventually and maybe even add to the course. We just might not have time to do it on this live stream right here. But thank you so much, Marley.
Thank you, dude. That means a lot. Yeah, nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, now what we are going to do is we are actually going to carry on with the app video. So that little square box, right? So we want that to, so I'm going to go ahead and do a border radius of 20 pixels. So width of 70%, border radius of 20 pixels. So if I go ahead and save that, now you can see it gives that nice outline of the box, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and do a max width and a max height. So that way, if we stretch the screen too much, it doesn't kind of grow uncontrollably, right? Now, this is where the important stuff happens, right? So in order to make that container scrollable, what I need to do is I need to add overflow scroll. So if we ever add some content inside of it, it's going to be a scrollable container. And then I want to do scroll snap type Y mandatory. So this is the same line of code that we added at the top over here, but I'm going to go ahead and add it at the bottom here. Now this is like the magic piece to getting that scrolling functionality, this scroll snap type, but you need to add it here, and you do need to add it here. There's two places where you need to add it. That's it, two places, and that's going to allow us to do what we want to do, right? And I will show you guys how we'll get that working fully afterwards. But notice how when we scrolled through the app, we didn't have, oh, nice. Marley Moise says, I tried the 20, but it didn't let me. My bad. He just donated another $5. Thank you, dude.
Oh, damn. Jesus Christ. Dude, we're already at like what? We have over 500 concurrent viewers and we're at $27 in donation. Thank you so much. And Marley just dropped. He says, I tried the $20, but it didn't let me. My bad. With another $5 donation. Thank you so much. Guys, if you're enjoying this, by the way, make sure you smash that like button so this video can go out and help a lot more people on this planet. And all you have to do that is hit that one button, and then that's it.
Exactly, guys. That's all you need to do. If you're enjoying this content and you want us to keep giving it and keep bringing more value, then go ahead and smash the thumbs up button for us. That's all we ask. Nice. So can you notice how on the screen right now, it's got the nice border on the left, and then it actually has got it at the bottom, but it's kind of just too big for the screen. But on the right-hand side, we've got like a slight scroll bar. We don't want a scroll bar, okay? We don't want that scroll bar, so I need to go ahead and hide that. So there's a hack to hiding that, and it is this right here. So this was actually got off of Google, and I've used it plenty of times. So I need to go ahead and do this. So I need to add this code right here. So the first one, what we do is we target app videos, and we say using the WebKit scroll bar, we're going to do display none, which will hide the WebKit scroll bar. So if we do that, it will hide it for Chrome, Safari, and Opera. So you can see now it's gone. We also want to hide it for other browsers, so Internet Explorer, Edge, and Firefox, even though I'm not big fans of those. But basically, you want to go ahead and do .app videos and do MS overflow style none, and you'll do scroll bar width of none as well. And that will hide it for those browsers. And with that said, you pretty much get this nice finished effect, right? So that looks really nice. And with that done, I think actually at that point we are ready. What I want to do is I want to basically pull the app top down, but because we've done it as a grid, it's actually trying to equally distribute the space. So I'm going to go ahead and target app top and say margin bottom of -150 pixels. So that will actually pull it down closer to the end goal. So we could actually make that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. There we go. Nice. So with that said, we've actually gone ahead and we've prepared the app, right? So we've prepared the app. And now what we're going to do is create that video. So that video is sort of where the magic pops in, where we sort of get everything working. So in order to get that done, Kazi, can we create a video.js component, please?
Yep. So let's go. So I'll go over here, click this plus button, and video card.js, right? Or
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
okay, cool. There we go.
Nice.
Boom. So all
you
components are capitalized, guys. And what's up?
Let's go ahead and try and use the ES7 snippet.
Cool. So we're gonna do RFCE, hit tab, and damn, look at that. Dude, you know, I love that every time, the fact that it pulls a function name right from the actual file. Like, that is cool. Oh my goodness. Moeen coming in hot again. Let's go.
Oh, man. Nice.
Thank you so much, Moeen. Really appreciate you. And Moeen says, I was asking where you're from because I might move to USA soon. I'm from France. I'm doing my master. How hard is it to get a job there? Some of these questions we're going to cover in more detail at the end, Moeen, just so we can actually make this tutorial as valuable for as many people as possible. But, you know, yes, I am located in USA, and it's not that hard to get a job as long as you have the skills. And with that said, we're just going to keep on moving.
Exactly. Also, thank you to Sunil Bahara for that donation. Nice.
Thank you so much.
So now what we're going to do is we have the video card we have the video card in place, right? So I'm going to go ahead and pop the class name in. So I'm going to do class name equals video card up here like this. And what we want to do is we want to get into a habit, guys, of doing an import and importing the corresponding video card.css file. So like this, right? And then you want to save. And then what we're going to do now is actually go ahead and create that file. So I'm going to do video card.css, and we should pop into that file in a sweet second if it ever does it. Did it create it?
Create a what? Ah, there it is. Video card.css.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, that took forever.
Yeah. Yeah, so nice. So now we are going to, so now we can style this component, right? So it allows us to style it and get things moving. Awesome. So what we can do now is we want to go ahead and actually add in the functionality here. So what I'm going to do is for the first one, let's go ahead and map out what we're going to have. So we're going to have a video. So we're going to have a video. So I'm just going to do video like this. And a video tag in HTML takes a few things. It takes a source, right? And the source can be like any URL. And if we don't pass the source, it has an alt, right? So the alt can just say, let's just do an IG real video for now. So that's what will show if it doesn't have a correct sort of source, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Nice. And then my printer is not working, so that's really annoying. Awesome. So now with that said, we're going to go ahead and add a I'm going to go ahead and firstly do it so that the videos also loop. So if you're playing a video on Instagram Reels, you notice it actually loops. So if you write loop like this, it actually goes ahead and does this. So it's like saying true. So we can just say loop, and that'll do it for us. And then what we want to do is we want to pass it a video to sort of test this, right? We want to get this sort of tested.
Yo, by the way, this is awesome, bro. So Epic Zeus sent a message, and he said, clever programmer, he goes, I joined Profit with JavaScript, PWJ, on Monday. You are providing way too much value in the course. I feel overwhelmed. It's up to a person how to make the most out of all the resources and PWJ community.
That's amazing, dude. Welcome to the team, firstly.
Yeah.
And, welcome to the team, dude. And I'll see you in the coaching call. That's amazing, guys. Like that, he's right. It's down to you about how much you're going to like. If you're going to put in the work, that's where you're going to see the results. And we do provide a bunch of resources and that community inside of PWJ.
Yeah,
right.
So that is huge.
And that's awesome, right? So now what we're gonna do is go over to the video. So actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull in a dummy video for now. So I think I have a dummy video over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one. And this should be Kazi's video. So if I go ahead and grab this and I pop this in, so if I go ahead and do source, and I'm gonna hard code this one. So if I go ahead and pop that in. So now if I go ahead and show this on the screen, so if I go ahead and say video card, so I'm going to use that component that we just done. Thank you, Pedro. He just dropped a $5 donation. Nice.
Damn.
Video card.
Thank you so much, Pedro.
And then I need to go ahead and import. So I say import video card, right? Import video card from video card. Whoa, why is that screaming? From, there you go. And now that should show on the screen. So if we go ahead and save that, it should show on the screen. What is, oh, okay, it's been a little bit delayed. Yeah. So now we should see that video. So you can see the videos there, right? Now videos by default won't play. So we don't want it to play by default, which is correct. But the size of that video is wrong. Okay. So firstly, I need to go ahead and style that. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a class, and the class name I'm going to give it is video player, because that's what we're referring to here, is the video player. I'm going to go inside of video card.css, and I'm going to do the following. So, oh,
bro, what is going on, you guys? What the hell? Damn. Noah Hepburn just dropped a $10 donation. Thank you, Noah, so much. And he goes, honestly, y'all are helping me so much in my self-taught journey. This is my way of saying thank you. Bro, thank you. This is amazing. It keeps us going, and this is why we do this every freaking day. And we're trying to get to actually even 7 times a week, and it means the world to us, and this keeps us going because we want to help you guys along your journey, because I wish that I had this when I was learning to code. When I was doing Python and Django, if somebody was doing this, I would have been at a whole another level if I could just watch somebody do Python Django builds every day. So for somebody who's doing React or JavaScript and you get to see this, I mean, I think this is awesome for you, and just thank you so much.
Exactly. When we see that, guys, it really, really makes doing this every day so much easier. It makes us like driven. So honestly, we are massively appreciate you, Noah. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Nice. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and style the video card. So what we did initially was we said that the video is too big, right? It's just way too big. So I'm going to go ahead and give the video player. So if I go ahead and do video __ player, what I'm going to first do is go ahead and give it a height and width of 100%, right? So if I go and do that, you see now the video fits perfectly inside, right? So it fits perfectly inside of there. And what I'm going to now do is because if you scroll through it now, you'll notice that the snapping doesn't work.
Yep, it doesn't work right now.
Yeah, so it doesn't work, right? So we kind of had, so firstly, actually, there's a good point there. So I need to add the video card twice. So let me add 2 video cards, or 3, so we can actually visually see if there are 2 or 3 in there. So I'm going to go ahead and add 3. So now you can see that there's 3.
If I even wait, it doesn't ever snap.
So it doesn't snap, right? Mm-hmm. So we set the parent, so app videos, we set the snapping behavior there, but we need to set it to the child. So now inside of video card, we gave it video player, right? So inside of video card.css, what I'm going to do now is go over and target the parent container, so video, and I need to add the following lines. I need to say, give it a height and width of 100 pixels, and give it the scroll, snap, align, start property, right? So these are crucial in order to get that work, right? So what this is saying is it will take up 100% width.
This is huge. Yeah. I'm sorry to just keep interrupting, but this is too good to not share. Craig says, he goes, join Profit with JavaScript. It was the best decision of my life. You're the best channel on YouTube, clever programmer, and you have helped me so much on my self-taught journey. Bro.
That's amazing.
Right? That is freaking crazy. Welcome to the community. Hopefully you even had a call with Sunny. But yeah. Thanks so much for just your vote of confidence and being a part of this community, Bob. We love you, appreciate you, and thank you for saying that.
Exactly. And like honestly, like I want to speak to each and every single one of you guys if I haven't already. So we do the coaching calls, or I do my coaching call every Tuesday. So make sure you're there, and I would love to chat to you in person on that Zoom call. So that'd be amazing. Yeah. Thank you,
Yep.
dude. Nice. So we just added that code, which said that we would add a width of 100%, a height of 100%, and a scroll snap align start, right? So now what we're going to do is, because if you go ahead and scroll, let's see if it snaps.
It doesn't snap right now.
Doesn't snap.
Okay, I just saved it
So
anyways, and I'm gonna refresh, and I'll try again. Not snapping
no.
right now. No.
So we need to actually give it a position of relative, right? Well, this will make it relative to its parent container. So if we do that, we should see some snapping behavior. So let's go ahead and try. Oh, oops. Okay. This threw me off. This threw me off big time. Okay. So it's because we actually changed the class names of video to video card, right? So inside of video card, I need to actually go and do video card and hit video
Oh
card.
man.
Yeah. That's why. Yeah. That's why I didn't want. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Awesome. So if we go ahead and do that, and then what we need to do also for video player, I want to add, you see it crops a little bit? I want to make it object fit fill. And what that does is
Nice.
it actually goes and fills the container, right? So let's go ahead and scroll now.
Yep. There we go.
And is it
Scrolling.
snapping?
Hold on. Let's see. Yep. Now it's snapping.
Awesome. So you see we get that snapping behavior, guys.
Damn,
Yeah.
that was fast.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like this is
Wow.
such a neat little trick that I will always, and guys, this is what I want you to learn. When you figure this out, like a snapping sort of tutorial, or you find something good, hold on to that because that will help you in so many situations. Like if I had known this, it would have made my life so much easier in so many other jobs I had worked on. So add this to your portfolio and then have it as a reference to go back to in the future when you're stuck on things and that sort of stuff because it will save you a bunch of time in your work. I'm also going to add a border 1 pixel solid black to the card so that it's very apparent when we scroll through that there's a little border around it. So that should help out a bit more in terms of visually seeing what's going on. Okay, but with that said, the styling is done, okay, for that. What I'm going to go ahead and do is go back to the video card. And now what I want to do is I want to make this functionality so that when we click the video, it plays, right? So I want to add that functionality. If we click the video, it plays. So in order to do that, we need to make use of two React concepts. We need to make use of the use state hook, so the use state hook, and the use ref hook, okay? Now, the use state is basically how we write variables inside of React. So the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to have const, and then that's how we first initialize the variable, and I'm going to say is video playing. So is video playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to keep track of if the video is playing. Yeah, so it's literally going to start off as false, but then if we click it, we want to change that value to become true. So what we need to do is actually go ahead and use the second argument here is set whatever the variable is called. So set is video playing, and this actually provides us a way of changing this value in the React fashion, okay?
Yep.
So here
This
I'm
is
going to say
literally
use,
just like setting a variable in React. Like this is the easiest way to think about it. Yeah,
yeah,
but you're essentially using hooks.
exactly. And you see here, guys, so it is dropping on the next line because for simplicity, so we can see it. But you can see it says use state, and here we put the initial value, okay? So it says use state false, right? So now what I'm going to do is I firstly need to import the use state hook, right? So I need to import it at the top, and then we should see it actually work. Okay, so it works there. So we have this value. Now I want to have it so that when we click the video, I can actually change if that's playing or not. Okay, now let's go ahead and double check something. So what I'm going to do now is actually go ahead and say, oh, actually, we don't actually need this value. So I actually figured out a way of doing this actually simpler. So let's go ahead and simplify this. We don't need the use state. We can actually just use a reference. So what we have here is a reference. So I'm going to go ahead and say video reference equals use ref, right? So I'm going to go ahead and change the import to a use ref. So this is even simpler, guys. And now a reference is basically saying it's like a pointer, right? A reference, all it is like like imagine a reference is your finger pointing. Whoa, Frank is back at it. He
Holy
says,
crap.
nice, dude.
Hold on. I gotta bring that up real quick.
Let's bring
We
it up.
love
I
we
had an
love having
amazing
Frank
coaching call
on.
with Frank.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, Frank was insane on the coaching call, dude.
Oh
So
shit.
we're
What does
actually going
that
to
mean?
speak
He was
about
insane.
and then he came with so much value from his years of experience.
Oh,
And I think
nice.
he massively provided a lot of
That is
information to us.
amazing, bro. Frank just donated $10 and he goes, the React Zoom call with Sunny was awesome this Tuesday. It was fun sharing some of my journey with new developers.
Yeah.
So what's crazy
So
is Frank
really,
is actually even adding more value to the program. I love that.
yeah. And guys, this just goes to show you it doesn't matter. Like you could be super experienced, you could be an absolute beginner. Like Profit with JavaScript is literally catered for everyone. So you could be a
Yeah.
complete beginner and you can come, or you can be somebody who's experienced and just come in to improve your skills and to be surrounded by positive, like-minded people. So really amazing to see Frank in the comments. Nice.
Yeah.
So remember, guys, a use ref, right? It's like imagine like it's like just a way of like you're pointing at something, right? So initially we're gonna point at nothing. So I'm gonna say no, okay? And then, but I want this to point to the video. So I want it to basically be a constant pointer to the video. So I'm gonna go ahead and the way we do this with using use ref is simple, super simple. We just say ref equals equals video ref like this, right? And then I go ahead and pop that in, and that's it. Like we pretty much we've now got our pointer and we're pointing towards the video. Okay, so we're pointing towards the video. So with that said, what we can do now is we can do more advanced things. So now I can say on click. So on whenever I click on the video,
Are we using
I wanna
React hooks here?
yeah. So this is use ref. Yeah. So use ref is the React hook.
All right, nice.
This is a big hook, dude. Yeah, this is jacked. Now we're gonna, whenever we click the video, I want to trigger a function called on video press, right?
But I do want to say that for people who are not React people, it might scare you to learn about React hooks just as much as it's scaring this kid right here. But guys, just how I think of some of the stuff that we're doing right now is literally just think of it like using variables in React, you know, and then as you get more advanced, you can obviously like start to really learn how it's working underneath the hood.
Exactly. Yeah. It's honestly like in this case, use state was how you use a variable in React. Use ref is how we initialize sort of a way of pointing towards any element on the page. So in this case, we set it up to point at the video. Okay. So that's the simplest way you need to think of it. And here we did ref equals video ref. So now that our pointer is pointing towards the video itself, and we're going to say when we click, so on video press, I'm going to basically create that function. So I'm going to say const on video press. Yeah. I'm going to say equals, and basically this is an arrow function, and I'm going to say, right. Oh, okay. So I take it back. I take back what I said earlier. I do need that variable. Okay. So I need to go ahead and say const is video playing. So I do need that variable is video playing. I thought I had it. But it's current. I think we could do it without it, but let's just save time and use this. So I'll show you guys how to use the use state hook. So we do set is video playing. And remember, guys, it's a variable in React. So super simple. We just say equals use state. I'm going to initialize it with a value of false. Okay, like that. And here what I'm going to do is I need to import use state at the top. So I'm going to say use state at the top. There we go. Now here I'm going to say if is video playing. So if the video is playing, then do this. So then I want to stop the video. No, so if the video is if the video is not playing, so is video playing is by default false. Yeah, so if the video is playing, then I want to stop the video, right? Else, if it's not playing, then I want to play the video, okay? I'm sure we've got that right. Yeah, so if video is playing.
We have a good question here, by the way, by Kelvin. And Kelvin says, Kazi, are the resources given in the PWJ course for a lifetime or not? I want to sign up and I'd love to have them forever if that's possible. So the resources, like the training that's in the course, that's actually their lifetime access. The coaching calls, you guys will have access to them as long as we're doing the coaching calls. So we're actually legally not allowed to say forever because, you know, what if Sunny gets, you know, some crazy thing, something happens to Sunny, God forbid. So, but as long as Sunny is on the team and I'm here, like we'll be running those coaching calls and you'll have access to them. Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So here we say if the video is playing, we want to stop. Otherwise, play the video, right? So if it's playing, what I'm going to say is I'm going to use the video reference as our pointer. I'm going to say go and get the current thing that it's pointing at. So that's how we use a reference. And I'm just going to say play. Oh no! So in this case, this one should be actually, yeah. I'm going to say if the video is not playing. So so it should be in this one. So if the video is not playing, then I'm going to say play, right? Otherwise, I'm going to say stop or pause is what we actually use here. So pause, right, like this, right? And then what I need to do is I need to say set play. So once you've actually set it to play or pause, then we'll say if we set it to pause, then I'm going to go, oh no, what happened there? What the hell? Okay, stop. It just removed my code. Okay.
Wait, really?
So, yeah, it's weird.
That
But
is
now
weird.
if you do pause, yeah.
Because I didn't even undo anything.
If we do here set play as false because we're going to pause the video, and then here I'm going to say set play as true. Okay, like this. Awesome. So, and this will actually allow us to update the state, and then it will allow us to know when the video is playing to pause it, or if it's not playing to play it. Okay. Now, with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually, so it says set play is not, oh yeah, sorry, it's set is video playing. So it should be set is video playing to true. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and save it. Okay, so Kazi, go ahead and click the video.
Okay. Hey, it's playing.
Nice, and then click it again.
Let's go. All right, I'll pause it.
Hey, see it paused, and then if we click it again.
That's beautiful.
Nice. Right, and even if we scroll to so if we pause this one and we scroll to another one, you'll see that behavior is carried out through each of the components, right? So this behavior is
Oh damn, and this one is paused where it was.
Yeah. You see we have that really nice behavior. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Now,
That's amazing behavior, dude.
Yeah, and we do this by using a piece of state saying is video playing to keep track of when it's playing, and then we use the video reference, which is our pointer. So it's literally like a thing that just points at an element on the page. We use that to basically go ahead and control the video. So we say if it was playing based on our state, then go ahead and pause it and then update the state to say that it's now paused, so it's not playing. And then if it wasn't playing, then go ahead and play it and tell the so tell the variable in the memory to say that it should now become true. So that's how we go ahead and do that.
Sunny.
Yep.
Check this out, bro.
Go for it.
Look, how to autosave automatically with Visual Studio Code. We actually made a video out of it.
Oh,
out of this current live stream that we're doing.
Dude, I was like, earlier I was like, why is Kazi showing other YouTube videos?
Yeah.
And then I realized, I was like, that's our video. Oh shit, nice, dude.
Yeah, it's our video. So, yeah, if you guys can help us with this too, we found out how to clip YouTube videos while we're live. So if you can actually if you like something a lot during the video that we're doing, just drop the timestamp. I mean, you don't have to give us the end timestamp. That would be great if you could give us the start and end. But let's just say you just give us the start and you really loved some part, or you thought, hey, I love the feature like you showed us autosave, because the greatest ever, right? And I think said this is a really useful feature in the comments. So as soon as he said that, I realized it, and then I told Frankie, and then we just clipped it.
Nice.
So if you guys want to have separate videos, maybe you really like how Sunny explained use hooks or use reference or the snapping functionality, you can give us a timestamp for that, and then we'll just put that video up on YouTube for you, and then you can just watch it on your own time.
Exactly. Yeah. So go ahead and let us know the timestamps in the comments, and that will really, really help us pull out those clips so that you
If
guys can
somebody,
watch
yeah,
it
if
back.
somebody could,
Yeah.
Sunny, remember what you were gonna say just now. You were about to say something. Okay,
Yep.
just remember that, please. But if somebody could drop the timestamp of where Sunny showed how to use the scroll bar functionality, and it goes through the entire explanation, that would be amazing. We'll love to drop that as a separate video, then people could watch it and get tons of value. But Sunny, go ahead. You were gonna say something.
I was just going to say, literally, if you could go ahead and drop timestamps, guys, of like Kazi said, he gave an example, and what we can do is we can go ahead and clip them, so you guys can. It actually provides you guys a lot of value. So we're trying to help you guys go ahead and have videos that you can refer back to whenever you're stuck in situations like how to get the scroll bars hidden.
Yes. 100%.
Awesome.
And David, who joined the Profit with JavaScript course last week, he says, thanks, Sunny and Kazi. So much knowledge, wealth, and willingness to share. Appreciate your mentorship and guidance on this journey. Thank you, bro.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Nice. So we got the video working, right? So that was actually really slick. Like, that was a really nice implementation. I saw somebody ask, why did I set useref to no? So the initial value, you have to give it something, right? It's always safe to give it a no value in this case, because we don't want it. We want it to point. I'm explicitly saying start off by not pointing at anything. So it's no, right? And then on line 23, I'm saying go ahead and make that reference the video reference. So that's where the binding happens, right?
Let's
And
just
because
be,
of this,
let's
look,
just
it's
be
so easy.
more brutal about this one thing, because I keep forgetting as well. Let's just always make sure we know what we're building, so then we can
Yeah.
actually write it out at the top, pretty much at all given times, even if I forget. So what is the main big functionality in English that we're working on right now?
So we're now going to build the video header. So you know,
Okay.
on top of the header, so we have a back button,
Hold
Reels.
on. Let me open the
Yeah.
app and then you can show me. So I'll go to, this is our app, yeah? So when you say
Yeah.
the Reels header, are you talking about, or you're talking about this for the video card
Yeah.
header?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the header. And then what are we going to do after that?
So after that, we're going to be building the video footer. So
Okay.
all of the stuff at the bottom,
Including the ticker?
including the ticker. Yeah.
Including
so
the
everything that you see at the bottom is
Got it.
that it is. Yeah.
All right, got it. So this is just for road mapping, you guys, what we're going to be working on specifically and in what order. And then what are we going to do after that?
And then we are going to go ahead and actually refactor everything so that the information is no longer being pulled in a hard-coded fashion, but we're pulling it from a database.
Okay, then database. Okay, so I think this is good for now, as into like what we're about to do. And then I'll add, we're working on the header for now, so everybody knows what exactly we're working on. So we're going to add that to the top. You guys should see that popping up in just a second. That said, I'll stop interrupting your flow. You go ahead and do your thing.
Awesome. I think it's a really good practice as well. So I think I'll definitely try and pick up on it more, because I think that's really, even when I watch the videos back, it's really handy to see what we were working on.
It's
Yeah.
kind of unnatural to do it. It doesn't feel necessarily good to block your flow, but I think that it is super helpful as a viewer. Like, it just changes my experience completely. I hate not exactly knowing what we're working on.
Exactly. Yeah. So really, really, it will help them out a lot.
Okay.
Nice. So we're going to go ahead and create the video header component next. So I'm going to go ahead and mask it here. I'm going to say video header like this, and it's going to cry and freak out because we don't have a video header component. So I'm going to go ahead and create one. So I'm going to say video header.js, video header.js like this. And after 5 minutes, it will pop through. So
Damn.
there we go. There we go. Nice. Right. And I think my snippets might not be working, so you might have to. Oh no! Wait, it did work. It did work. RFCE. Let's give it a sec. Boom. There we go. Nice. So I'm going to go ahead and import. So import video header like this. Video header.css like this. And I'm going to go ahead and create that file. So video header.css. And it should pop in a second when that file is created, and that will allow us to import that CSS code into the component so that we can style it just isolated from everything else. So now we've got that file up and running. That's nice. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and add the class name so we can style it later. So I'm going to say class name equals video header, like that. And for this, now what we're going to go ahead and do is actually begin and install Material UI into the app so that we can actually go ahead and use the icons for later, so that we can go ahead and use everything that we need to use from Material UI as we need it. So Kazi, let's go ahead and on the right side, let's open up Material UI. And let's show them how to install what we need to install from Material UI.
So this is how it works, guys. Make sure you get this over here, npm install Material UI core, pop open your terminal. And I'm just going to open up a new one here so I don't end our local. And boom, I'm going to do npm install UI core, and then I'll pop open another one here. And make sure you do npm install Material UI icons. Now while it's installing, I want to explain why we're going to be using this. So every single icon that you guys see here, for example, this camera right there, this back arrow here, the heart emoji, the comment function, comment icon, heart here, the share one, all of these are coming from Material UI. That's what we're going to be using for all of our icons. So this is going to be installing, and Material UI is done installing. Now what I want you to do is hit icons, go into icons, and in here, make sure you click where it says search the full list of icons. So boom, right over there. So this is the command that you should have typed in. If you haven't already, make sure you install the icons. Now, once I'm inside of this, you will see all of these icons pop up. So I can look for a menu, or I can look for home. Whatever you're looking for, most of it will be here, and that's where we're going to be pulling them out for our app.
Exactly, guys. And if you go ahead and click one of those icons, it shows you the importing code that you need.
Yep. So for example, let's do video, or let's do like share, because that's the one, or I think for share you're using message. This one here, send.
Yeah.
So if you click send, you have the code right here, and you can add it in your file.
Exactly. So whenever you guys see us importing stuff, that's how you know how we found it, how we searched for it. And that's really something powerful that they go ahead and provide for you. So I can see a lot of people are talking about the icon pack. Yeah, as soon as we, like, honestly, I use these all the time as well. So they're really, really useful. And they're really, really powerful because they save you so much time, and they're very clean, and they're scalable as well. So you can scale them up and down, and they're SVG, so it's going to look clean. They're actually fonts, not SVG, so it actually is really nice in that sense. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and import two different files now. So the arrow back icon and a camera icon. So here I'm going to go ahead and import those. So you can see I popped them in. So the first one is the arrow back icon. So that's the name that they give you. And the second one is camera outlined icon. So that's the outline of a camera. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to have three things. I want to have the arrow back icon. So in order to use it, all we do is literally use it as a component. So we go ahead and do that. That means that the icon will now appear on the screen. So Kazi, let's have the local host open so we can see it.
Let's have the local, boom, right here.
Nice.
So it's just not defined, so just import it probably.
Yeah. So now we need to do import video header from, video header like that, and go ahead and save. And then it says, does not contain a default. Okay, so video header does not contain a default. It does contain a default. That's strange. So let's go ahead. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice. Now we should see at the top. Can you see there's a very small arrow, and it's got like a white background behind it, right? So you see there's a little back arrow. Okay, we got that. Then I'm going to have a H3 tag. So I'm going to go ahead and do a H3, and this is going to have a Reels on it. So it's just going to say H3, and it's going to say Reels. And then I'm going to have, we need to do that. And then I'm going to add that camera icon afterwards at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and say camera icon. Right, so now we should see the back icon, Reels, and the camera icon. Perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target this video header, right? And if you already guessed it, I'm hoping some of you guys know by now what I love, and that is Flexbox. So I'm going to go ahead and do display flex on this, and that will automatically sort of pull everything into a row. So that will pull everything into a row, and that will look very clean. And you can see there it is. And then I'm going to go ahead and do justify content space between, and that will actually go ahead and spread those three elements out, which is really nice. I'm going to do align item center. I'm going to give it a width, no, align item center. There we go. So we should see everything sort of will come in an alignment with its center. And then I'm going to say position absolute. So I want it to overlay the video, right? So I want to overlay, and in order to do that, what I do is if I do a position absolute, this will actually just sit on top of the video. So if I do position absolute, watch what happens. Let's go ahead and see. So I think we need to refresh localhost 3000 because it does that weird thing sometimes where it gets stuck. Yep. So now you can see it did it, but notice what it did now. So whenever you do position absolute, you have to say width of 100% because it sort of changed the layout constraint. So now if I go ahead and do width 100%, now you will see it uses up the full width, okay, which is clean, but it overlays the video now because we changed the positioning type to something called position absolute. Now, remember I said it's not an SVG, it's a font, so I can actually go ahead and do color white, and it's as simple as that, and I can do that. And then what I want to do is, the icing on the cake is, it's white now, I want to give every child element 20 pixels
The
of padding.
icing on the cake for you, buddy. I got the icing on the cake for you. All right, here we go. So GitHub says, thanks a lot, Sunny and Kazi. I was offered a job because of your Amazon and Twitter clone. This solely hired me because of knowledge in React.js. Thanks to Sunny's wonderful explanation. Thanks a lot. Let's go.
That made my day. Holy crap. And he's got a cool name. It's GitHub. That's insane.
I'm going to drop some. Let me drop that shit.
Oh my God. That's insane. I love that. He was offered a job because of the Amazon Twitter clone, and they hired because of the explanation. Oh, dude, that's made my day. That's hands down made my day.
That's what we're talking about, guys. That's what we're talking about.
I love that, guys. Like, that's what it's about. Like, if we can bring you that level of value, then that's it. That's our job done. Like, and for the fact you guys are watching these, showing up, following along, and building the clones with us, that's everything to us. So everyone, just drop a massive congratulations in the comments for that amazing work there. That's awesome.
That is huge, guys. And if you enjoy him getting a job, then make sure you smash that like button. Let's go. That was almost smooth. That was almost smooth. Oh my God, you scared me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jump in here in the camera. Guys, this is my girlfriend.
Hi.
Yo,
where do I look?
what's up,
Where?
Ashley?
Right there. We're live right now. And somebody just got a job.
Oh, let's go.
They built our clones.
Yeah.
They went to interview. And then they got the job.
Nice. That's what's up.
That's crazy.
Have fun, guys.
Dang.
Thanks, baby.
We love that energy.
Ooh, boy, oh boy.
That's crazy. Awesome, guys. So let's keep on with that energy because we love that. So remember I said that the icons, right? So those icons that we saw were actually they were spread out, but they didn't have any spacing between them, right? So it was a bit of a headache. It was a bit annoying. So because let's open up localhost 3000. Nice. So we just added that code which said that.
Go, okay. Yep. Here we go. So localhost 3000.
Localhost 3000.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then you see those icons at the top. So the back arrow, the reels, and the camera icon. To actually target any child and give it padding, so that's what I want to do. I don't want to say give each one a class name and do all that headache. I'm just going to say target all the children, so everything underneath there, and give a padding of 20 pixels, because that's a nice slick way. And you see what he did there? He went ahead, target the children, give each one 20 pixels padding, and then boom.
My bad.
With
Guys,
3 lines of code, done.
Sorry about that. So sometimes when I play a video, it plays the sound. So I apologize about that a little bit, but now it should be good. So it should be good.
Oh, I see. That's
Yeah.
why I was nice. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to, that's the video header complete, guys. So remember, this is more of that's a visual sort of component that we built. We're going to go ahead and build a functional component now. So something which actually has a bit more functionality. It makes use of props. So if you're excited about that, smash the thumbs up button. We're going to go ahead and go to video card. And look, guys, this is what I love about a component-based design, right? Look, you've got the header literally at the top. You've got the video, and then I'm going to go under here and do video footer. So you see, like, it's just so clean. Like, it's super clean. It's super nice. And obviously, React's going to scream and kick itself because we haven't got that component. So I'm going to go ahead and create that one. So I'm going to say video footer.js, like that. And this should be created in just a sec. The greatest ever just dropped a good comment. He says, for those that do not understand why these clones are so powerful in your portfolio, they actually demonstrate that you have the necessary skills to build a proven great app, among other things. And I agree with him. I think if you can go ahead and follow it, a tutorial, especially the in-depth ones like the Amazon builds, and you can go ahead and get them like working and everything and up and running. Amazing. And like if you have enough of those on your portfolio and then you go ahead and build a custom portfolio, it's just like it's gonna impress some people. And that's why
you were psyched about that, Sonny, but here's what I'm psyched about. Becky G is back with his friends to watch these amazing people. Let's go, Becky.
Hey, oh, nice. Love
Pumped. All right.
I'm gonna do RFCE. And we should have our snippet in a sec. No, we don't have snippet. I think you're gonna have to. Oh no, I got it. There we go. Video footer. Nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a class name to stay in line with BEM. So I'm gonna go ahead and say class name equals video footer, like that. Okay. Now the footer is a bit more of a complicated component, right? So it's not essentially too complicated, but the footer, we need to pass something called props, right? So let's go back to the video itself. Right now we have a video playing and we pretty much just have a static video playing. So we don't actually do anything fancy. We don't actually say, it's just all we're doing is rendering a video card, right? So I'm going to go ahead and enhance this a little bit. I'm going to say each video has the following.
Hold on. Sonny.
Yep.
Okay, got it. I was just thinking that it wasn't following you for a second. I couldn't see code. Okay, cool. Should be good now. Keep going.
Yeah. So what we're going to do is rather than rendering out the video card by itself, I'm going to go ahead and render out the video card, but actually go ahead and show you that we're going to pass through a bunch of props. So imagine these are the props that we're going to pass through. So we're going to pass through the channel, the avatar source, so the avatar image that you see for the person's account, the song that is currently playing, the URL, and that's the URL of the video, the likes on their account. So if they have 350
Yo, are we
likes,
done with the header?
Yeah, we are done with the header now.
Damn
so
it,
now,
Sonny. God damn, you got to tell me we're done. All right, here we go.
I actually did say it at that point, but I'll shout it out next time.
No,
So
you have to yell at me. You have to yell at like I grew up with a dad that used to slap me to take a left turn somewhere or yell at me. I can't understand when you'll just say it super calmly.
So now we're basically going to.
Now we're gonna make the footer.
Yeah, we're doing the footer, but before we do that, we're
thanks to Dinesh,
props.
I caught that. Dinesh dropped that in the comment. Thank you for that, Dinesh.
We're passing the props through the video card component. So that's what we're doing right now.
Got it.
Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the channel. So the channel in this case, let's go ahead and hard code this for now. We're gonna say clever Kazi like this, and we'll say avatar image. So this avatar image right now, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a value. So I have sort of, I think it's Kazi's profile picture at this point. So let's go ahead and do this. Avatar source equals, and that's just some huge one that I have. And then the song, we can just say test song, so you guys can see it right now. So it's test song by, let's just say SSS Asanga, so it's mine. Instagram, and then we can say URL. So the URL video, so the URL of the video. So rather than hard coding it in the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it at this point. So I've got the URL over here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. So this one right here, And let's go ahead and do boom. So we pop it in there. And then the likes, right? So for the likes, I'm just going to pass in a number. So I'm going to say 950 likes. Let's just say 300 or 30 shares or something like that, right? So you can distinguish between the two. So now we've got properties that are being passed through as opposed to hard coding everything else, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So now what we're going to do is inside a video card, the props come through as an object. So they come through over here as an object. And in order to go ahead and destructure the object so that we can use it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically go ahead and destructure at this point. So I'm going to add the brackets. So we're basically splitting it apart at this point. I'm going to get the URL. I'm going to get the likes, the shares. I'm going to get the channel. I'm going to get the avatar source. So the avatar source is the picture of the person whose account it is, and I'm going to get the song. So now I've got those properties that we passed through earlier. Okay, so that means that we can use that. So I'm going to go ahead and what is that? Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. So now what I can do is rather than passing in a hard-coded value here, I can go ahead and replace this with the URL. So that's the URL. The oak we can leave here. The class name we can leave. Okay, awesome. But where do I use the rest of the properties? And I'm going to actually use them in the video footer. So inside of here is where I'm going to pass through the rest. So I'm going to pass through the channel, the likes, the shares, the avatar URL, and the song. So I'm going to pass in these properties through the video footer, right? And then again, remember, we're passing through the props at this point. Right, so ES6 allows us to destructure, so we're pulling apart the object at this point, and we can go ahead and do the following. So I can go ahead and pull the channel, the song, the likes, the shares, and the avatar URL. So I can go ahead and pull that from the video footer like that. Okay, so we can do that. And then what I'm going to do is we need to go ahead and basically add the video footer. So this is the most complicated of the components that we're going to build. But we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there. So the first thing we're going to do is, why is it erroring? It's saying video footer is not defined, and that's happening because in video card we haven't actually imported it. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to say import video card, import video footer from video footer. There we go. Done. Save. And we should see it says video footer has already been declared. No, there we go. Nice. So in order to get to be sure that this is working, so remember guys, just good habit, we want to import the video footer CSS and create that so we can style it afterwards. So video footer.css like this. I'm going to go ahead and create it. So I'm going to say video footer.css, create that file. We should snap into it in a second. So in a second that will drop in. Right. Now, yeah, we're in that file. So now what we're going to do is we have so the first thing I want to do is actually go ahead and use an avatar. So an avatar is like a user profile image, and Material UI give us a really nice way of pulling that in. So I need to go ahead and put in the following. So I'm going to use a button from Material UI later. So I'm importing it now, and I'm going to use an avatar. So the avatar is a little circle icon that you see for a user's image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pass in, I'm going to use it like this, and I'm going to say that the prop is going to be the avatar's image, right? So now if we save this, we should see at some point or somewhere, let's go ahead and see. So I'm going to go ahead and style video footer so we can actually go ahead and see this. So video footer, I'm going to say is, so firstly, I'm going to have a few sections to this video footer. So the first section, I'm going to have the text. Now the text is going to be where it says it has the avatar. It will say like Clever Kazi, and then it will say follow, right? And follow will be a clickable button. So in this section, I'm going to say div. So it's going to be a div here, like this. And the class name for that div is going to be video footer. So I'm going to say class name is video footer, like that, right? And we're going to put the avatar image inside of there, like that, okay? And then I'm also going to have a H3 tag. And now this H3 tag is going to have the channel name. It's going to have a little dot between it, and it's going to have a Material UI button which says follow. Okay, so it's going to just be that. It's just going to have those things. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to style this. So we gave it, oh, what happened there? Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and do video footer text. I don't know why that happens. Yeah, but there we go. Video, footer, text. Okay. Now, why is that being okay? Yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're going to style video footer text. Okay, so I'm going to go inside here and I'm going to say target the video footer text, and I'm going to go ahead and do the following. I'm going to say it's going to have a position of absolute. Right. So because if we go ahead and refresh localhost 3000 before I apply this.
Yep.
So localhost 3000. Yep. So position absolute, and this should now sit on top of the video. So once it should snap in a second, and we should see it at some point in top. But what I need to do is I need to say bottom is 0, and then what I need to do is I need to set the parent container. So video footer. I need to go ahead and say, oh, so it has popped in. You can see it at the bottom, so we don't need to, right? So at the top, at the bottom, you can see it. It says Clever Kazi and it says follow, right? Now, in order to get that into a row, I'm going to do display flex. Whoa, Joshua Thomas, thank you, dude, for a $5 donation.
Wow, thank you for that. Yeah, I just saw that come in right now too. Thank you so much for the $5 donation. Let me see if I can pop it up on the screen. Let me see. Boom, right there. Thank you, Joshua. Appreciate it.
Massively appreciate that. Awesome, dude.
Oops, let me take that away.
Nice. So I'm going to change the color because remember it's just text that we're using. So I'm going to say color of white, and I'm going to say display flex because I want it to be next to each other. So display flex, and if I go ahead and do that, oh, okay, yeah. If I go ahead and do that, now we should see, boom, it pops in at the bottom. Nice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say that I want a margin bottom of 20 pixels. Okay, so margin bottom of 20 pixels like this. And then you see it kind of drops a little bit more from the bottom because we want to have a little bit of a gap, okay? So with that said, now I'm going to target the text inside. So it's a H3 inside of that. And I'm going to say right now it's touching the avatar. I don't want it to touch the avatar, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to say video footer underscore text H3. So it's the direct child, which is the basically the H3. What we're targeting is this one here. So H3. And I'm going to go ahead and say inside the video footer text H3, give it a margin left to 10 pixels and a padding bottom of 20 pixels. Okay. So you can see that now it's styled the text a little bit differently. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the button because remember, I have a button inside of that H3 because I want the follow button to be clickable. So all I can do is I can go ahead and nest it and I can say target the video footer text div, the H3, and then the button inside the H3. Give the text of the button to white, make it bold, and then text transform inherit. Basically, Material UI by default just puts everything in uppercase, which we didn't want. We don't want that because that's not how it looks on Instagram Reels. So I done inherit, which basically says do the default thing that the parent container did. So that's what that did, and it made it lowercase. So now you can see we've got the first bit done. We've got the video for a text working really nice. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is the ticker, right? So the ticker is that little icon which scrolls with the song, right? So it just has a little scrolling song. So whatever song is playing, it'll just scroll through and it'll just keep repeating itself. I don't want to code up all of that sort of logic. So what I went ahead and did is pulled out a module, and this is a good use case to show you guys. You don't need to code everything from scratch. You can reuse code. You can reuse third-party things, and yeah, you can pretty much go ahead and do that. So now let's go ahead and open the terminal, Kazi. So Command J, and then we're going to do npm I. Oh, so I can't actually. I'm in.
Are you in 3 or 2?
Let me go inside 3. Let me do it. No, so I think I need to go into 2. Oh, so let me go into 3 and request read and write.
Okay, do it.
Yeah.
There we go.
And if I do npm, can you see that? No.
Nope. I see it. It says for me it says 2. For you it probably says 3. But yeah. I see your npm now. So go ahead, type npm.
Oh yeah, there we go. npm I. And if I do react ticker, right? And then what that will do is it will install the correct thing, right? So 1 second.
Aditya
So that will
says,
go ahead.
thank you, Kazi and Sunny. Sir, you both have helped me a lot, and my life has changed after watching this clone series. That's
Love that.
awesome, bro.
Thank you, dude. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we are going to use that ticker, right? So the ticker, firstly, I want a music icon. So I want a little music icon to show next to the ticker. So let's go ahead and prepare this. So firstly, I want a div. I want a div, and this div class name is going to be, oh, I hate when it does that. Yeah. This div class name is going to be video footer underscore underscore. I'm going to say ticker. Like that, yeah. So video for ticker like that, and then basically I'm going to use a music note icon. So here I'm going to go ahead and import this from Material UI like this, and I'm going to go ahead and use this. I'm going to give it a class name as well because I want to style it, and I'm going to show you guys how you can. Yes, you can target the Material UI class name, or you can just give it a class name and it's easier to find, right? So we're going to go ahead and do that. So if I go ahead and save that right now. So it's complaining. Why is it complaining? It's saying no such file or directory. Material UI core. Did you do Material UI? You did install Material UI.
I did. Yes.
The core, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if we check package JSON, we should be able to see. Oh, we'll
Let's
leave that.
install it. So hold on. Let's install
So
it
it's,
again.
Yes, I think we may need to install the core again. So let's go ahead and do npmi. And then Material UI core, yeah.
Too advanced for NPMI, bro. I'm gonna use the reverse search.
I use that a lot as well. It's really handy. If you guys don't know what that is, by the way, in the terminal, so we don't actually remember everything we write in the terminal. We use something called reverse search, and it's a really handy tip. And basically, you press on a Mac anyway. You press Control R, and it basically pops up like this little sort of like caret. And as soon as you type in, it will basically go through the history, and you can use the arrow keys to kind of go through your history. So I use that literally religiously all the time. So that saves a lot of hassle. So let's go ahead and refresh the localhost 3000. I think it might be a refresh problem. Okay, so it's saying no such file or directory.
That is weird, bro. That is just not true. I mean,
Material UI icons.
node modules.
No. Material UI core. Let me go ahead and actually, if I comment out something, let's go ahead and see if this fixes it. So let me comment out the button and the avatar. It shouldn't be, because it should be fine. So if I comment that out, then it says it passing error. So I don't want to do that. I'll go ahead and do this.
I feel like it's not installing it here. Like it's installing it.
Okay, so if I get rid of the avatar, okay, so it's something to do with that. So if I go ahead and undo that. And then
I mean, yeah, it has to be installed because otherwise how would the camera icons and the other icons show that you built?
Yeah, no, it has installed it. It has installed it. It's just giving us some weird glitchy stuff right now. And that always happens on a live for some weird reason. But let's go ahead and refresh and see if it pops up again.
Okay.
Should be good. Should be good. Okay, yeah. So you see, guys, like sometimes it will be like that, especially because we're doing a VS live share. Sometimes it gets cached, sometimes it's weird headaches, but don't get disheartened when that happens because like you just witnessed, like it happens even to us, like when that happens. So it's completely normal sometimes to go through that, and don't start uninstalling everything and like freaking out because you just sort of keep calm and it will fix itself sometimes. Right. So now what we're going to do is we have the music icon somewhere at the bottom. So it's not actually showing it because it's not, we don't actually have the positioning correctly yet. But I'm going to go ahead and fix that in a second. But the ticker, right? Let's go ahead and implement the ticker and then we can actually go ahead and explain what we're doing next. So the ticker does something basically the way they built this component is something called a higher order component, right? And what we can do is we can actually basically, this is how we use it. So I'll explain it. I'm going to paste it in here and then I'll explain what the code is, right? So ticker, firstly, we need to go ahead and import it. So at the top, I'm going to go ahead and do that first. So import ticker from React ticker like this. And then to actually use it, you see, we have the parent component. So it's ticker, and they actually give you a property, which is mode smooth, allows it. So as it sort of exits the screen, then the new ticker comes onto the screen. So that's what Mode Smooth does. So that's actually in their docs. And then here, this is called render props. So this is something where when we use the ticker, they give us something called the index. So that will actually say like how many times it goes through. We don't use this, but this is how you write the component itself. So they actually give you that. So that's how you go ahead and pull that. But at this point, all we care about is what we're actually rendering. So here it's a H1 tag, which has the song. Okay. So you can use a H1, H2, H3. In this case, we're not too bothered about SEO, but you could use P tags here if you want. But what we're going to go ahead and do now is I want this to show on the screen. So I need to go to the video footer ticker. I need to style it. Okay, so I need to go here. I'm going to style it. So firstly, I'm going to say, go ahead. And let me go ahead and do the following first. So the first thing I want to do is actually style the ticker. So the ticker, they give you an internal class, and it just has this as the class name. So I'm going to go ahead and target that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the height should be, so I'm going to say the width is 60%. The width is 60%. The margin left and margin bottoms are as follows. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these in here like that. And then what I'm going to say is the height should be enough to fit the content of what we put inside of it. Like this, right? Now, where is that ticker? Why is it not showing? Let me see why. Video for a ticker. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and target the parent, because we haven't actually said to the parent what the rules are. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a video footer container which has position relative, because we want it to be relative to its parent. And then I'm going to say a bottom of 100 pixels, and then I'm going to give it a margin left of 20 pixels so that it's not touching the side of the screen. So 20 pixels. And I'm going to save. And now we should see, there we go, it's at the bottom. You see that? It's huge, but it's at the bottom, right? So it's actually sort of scrolling through as a ticker. So it says test song, and it says by SSSS Anger, which is the Instagram handle. Awesome. So I want to make that look a bit prettier. So we use the H1 inside of it. So in order to target that, I'm going to go ahead and say where we have the container and we have a H1 element, go ahead and make the font size 12 and the color white. Font size 12 and color white, and you'll see immediately that will be a lot smaller, right? And then I'm going to say give it a padding top of 7 pixels, and that should push it down, right? So padding top of 7 pixels, and that should push it down, right? So but we need to sort of style this and get the exact positioning as we need it perfectly in a sec, which we will do. So there we go. And now what I want to do is for the icon, right? So the icon again needs to know about, because we're using absolute positioning for a lot of this. So we need to go ahead and tell each of the elements that they're absolutely positioned. So for the icon, position absolute, left should be 5 pixels and a color of white. So if I go ahead and do that, now you can see we've got the ticker, which is using up 60% of the width. We have the icon, which is matched to the left of the ticker. And we actually have a really nice looking footer, right? So I know that was a bit of a digest, but this video is recorded. You can stop it, pause it, rewind it, do whatever you want to do to go through that at your own pace. And that's how you will achieve that styling. And it will be relative to wherever the parent is. So as we even scroll up and down, it will stick to the parent. It will stay relative to where the parent is, which is a very important point. Yeah. Now, the last thing that we want to do here is actually have the actions. So the actions are where we have the favorite button, the send icon, the sort of 3 dots. We have the number of likes, the number of shares, that stuff. So let's go ahead and back over to videofooter.js. So let's go ahead and create a div for that. So I'm going to go ahead and say div. I'm going to say the class name for this is going to be a video footer __ actions. Like this, okay? And then here what I'm going to say is we want to have 2 divs inside of here, one for the left hand side of the sort of stuff on the screen and one for the right hand side of the screen, right? For the left hand side of the screen, I'm going to do the following. I'm going to say create a div with the following. So oh god, why does it do that? Yeah, create a div with the following. So it's got video footer actions left, and I'm going to go ahead and copy that, and I'm going to say actions right. So you see, we're just containerizing, right? So I haven't got anything inside of these divs yet, but we will put some stuff in there. So on the left side, I'm going to have 4 icons. I'm going to have the following icons. So this is the favorite icon, this is a chat icon, a send icon, and 3 dots. So I'm going to go ahead and import those. So let me go ahead and pop those in at the top. We've got the following, and then I've got the favorite icon as well, which is here, right? So we should see that come onto the screen now. So you can see those 4 icons at the bottom of the screen. And again, remember, we're using absolute positioning, so we're going to have to tell everything where it needs to go, otherwise it will start to freak out. So we will do that in a sec. And then on the right side, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 different things. So on the right hand side, we have we have 2 stats, right? We have a favorite icon and then a number of likes. We have a favorite, so a little heart with like 300, and then we have a little sort of share icon with like 32 shares or something. So I'm going to go ahead and do the following, and I'll explain what this is now. So here I've added 2 identical divs, and the only thing I've changed are the icons that are being used. So I'm using a favorite icon. Here I'm using a more. So this is actually a share icon. And then here I'm using the prop. So this would be like 950 likes or something like that. But remember, we passed it in as a prop. And here I'm using the shares. Okay. So, and I'm giving those divs video footer stat, because it is like a stat. It's a statistic. It's like a favorite is the number of likes, and the other one is the number of shares. So now that we have everything in place, I can go ahead and I can target everything. Okay, I can go ahead and target what this all, so we can go ahead and make it look really nice. So to get everything looking really nice, what I'm first going to do is target that actions container. So this container right here, which actually surrounds everything. So I'm going to go down to the bottom and I'm going to say, I'll just add it in the middle so you guys can see it easier. I'm going to say video actions here, video footer actions, and then here I'm going to say display flex. So display flex, and that will actually sort of put everything into a row. I'm going to say position absolute. So remember, we need to tell it to be absolutely positioned because we're doing that here. I'm going to say a width of 95%, width of 95%, right? Let's go ahead and save that. And then I'm going to say justify content space between and change the color of white. So let's do that. So this will actually, remember, we have the actions left and actions right. So by saying space between, I'm pushing the left container all the way to the left and the right container all the way to the right, which is why now we see 4 icons on the left and we see the rest of the stuff on the right. Right? Remember, the right side we use containers, so it's actually done block, right? So that's why we see it like that. Okay, and now what we can do is I'm going to go ahead and actually target on the left hand side. I want to give everything a padding to the left and right hand side. So to go ahead and do that, what I can do is I can say this. I can say actions left, which is the left hand container, target the material UI icon, right? So that's the class name that they give you. And I found that from actually going ahead and sort of inspecting. And then we can do padding. And this is a shorthand. This is 0 to the top and bottom, 10 pixels to the left and right. And you can see now we've got the equal spacing. So if I go ahead and comment that out, you'll see that it kind of bundles the icons together. And as soon as I do that again, it actually goes ahead and makes it a bit bigger. Okay, so that's very clean. And then on the right hand side, I can do actions right, display flex, and that will actually push it into a row. So that's nice, but the spacing is off. Okay, so the spacing is off and we want to fix that. So right now they're display block. That's why the like is on top of the number and the share or the sort of chat is on top of that number. So I'm going to say for the stat here, I'm going to say video footer stat, display flex, align item centrally.
It's looking nice.
It's clean, right?
Looking so good.
Right, a margin right of 10 pixels. Now, if I target that P tag, so you see that where it's got the number next to the love heart and the number next to the chat icon, it's just bundled too close. Yep. I don't want to be drastic, but I want to give it like a very small distance. I'm going to give it 3 pixels margin left. So I'm going to target it like this. I'm going to say, go ahead, target the P tag and then give it 3 pixels. And it's just a very subtle difference, right? So like if I comment this out, it's now touching. And if I don't do that, you see like a front end is all subtle changes that makes it look super clean. So that's 3 pixels of difference, but it does make a difference to the overall finished product, right? So that was actually quite an extensive sort of component that we built, and it actually went through a lot of those things. But with that said, we just went ahead and finished the video footer. So I think that was a great idea to do that.
We just dropped the air horns right now.
Nice.
That's epic. So now let's just go ahead and we're going to add the, now we're going to work on the real-time database, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so working on
Exactly.
Firebase real-time database. Boom. Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to head over to Firebase right now. We're going to get something called a config file. Okay.
Okay.
So how do we get the config file, Kazi?
We're going to go to our project settings.
Yep.
Whoops, not there. Project settings all the way at the top. And once we're in here, we're going to click on that code. Should we actually register the app too, or right now?
Yep,
do
we
it
need
later?
to do that in one. Yep.
Okay, cool. So guys, click that like little code icon, and then once you have that, we're gonna just go ahead and do this. So I'm just gonna call it IG Reels. We'll also do setup hosting because we're gonna host it later.
Yep.
And then we're gonna go through this process, and it's gonna give us the code for the config. Make sure you guys actually install Firebase tools. So run this command on your computer. We won't have to run it because we've already installed it. And let's continue to the console. Now here,
You may need to do sudo as well, guys, if you do that command.
that's really important what he just said, and I will actually put that on a whiteboard. So when you are installing that Firebase, you might actually have to do sudo, install Firebase. So
Yeah.
keep that in mind. Cool. So with that said, I'm going to copy this entire config by clicking here.
Yep.
And I'm just going to create a file, and I will just call it firebase.js, and I will save all my config information in here.
You need to call it JS. I think you accidentally mistyped.
So let's go ahead and rename it, and we'll call it firebase.js. I was wondering why I was looking so ugly.
Nice.
There we go.
Awesome. So that's that step, guys. And that's basically the config, which is going to be like the key to connecting our front end, which is the React app, to our Firebase backend, right? Now, the next step is we need to open the terminal. So let's hit Command J. And here what we need to do is we need to say npm I, and then I'm going to do Firebase. And this will actually go ahead and pull in all the Firebase dependencies into the project so that we can actually go ahead and use it. So while it does that, we can actually go ahead and carry on coding. So at the top of this file, I'm going to do import Firebase from Firebase. And then I have literally 2 magic lines of code which do a lot of hard work under the scenes, right, behind the scenes. So these 2 lines of code pretty much go ahead and do the job of connecting everything. So I don't think they can see it. So, Kazi, let's actually drop the terminal. So that will actually go ahead and install Firebase. We do Command J. Yep.
Yep.
So now underneath here, guys, what we have is we have this one line of code which says Firebase.initialize app, and then we pass in the Firebase config, right? So what this is doing is it's using the Firebase that we imported at the top, and it's saying initialize the app by using the object with basically our credentials, right? So we can go ahead and do that. And remember, these are completely safe to share, which is why we're not hiding them, because they're public credentials. And then here, what we're going to say is const db equals Firebase app Firestore. So this is the app that we just initialized, this one right here. We're saying access the database and just put it inside of this variable. Now, I want to use the database in external files. So basically, to finish this file up, all I say is export default db. And that is
I actually
Firebase
found
file.
something that's pretty amazing, so I'm going to share this right now. But Mahad said the following. He said, although I'm not understanding, I keep being present for all of the classes you make for us. I'm sure one day we shall be those who let you rest and become our turn. Thanks, clever programmer. So basically he's saying, hopefully I can actually, like, I join it even if I'm not understanding, I'm around. Now, here is what makes it truly great. The greatest ever, I mean, you can't be great without the greatest ever. And he says, Mahat Kumar, he goes, babies learn by observation. I will say it again, babies learn by observation, and they learn more in those years than almost ever anytime after. So know that you are learning. Guys, if you feel like instead of watching Netflix, you're watching this and you are thinking, even if I'm not building the clones with them, am I really learning? The truth of the matter is, even oftentimes, if you're not speaking a language, like when I went to Colombia, even when I wasn't speaking Spanish that much, I was picking it up so much that even sometimes now I'll say words, and Frankie, you can speak perfect Spanish, right? But like this guy's surprised oftentimes, and he's like, yo, how are you saying all those words, right?
All the time. Yeah.
So that's what will happen with you, where you will be able to pick up React and have pattern recognition with JavaScript simply because you are just using it so much. So just remember that. I think that's huge.
Exactly, guys. And it's all about pattern recognition, and just like the more you see these things, the more you sort of get exposed to it, the more it's going to digest and be inside, and sort of be easier for you to pick up in the future as well. So just by being here, even if it doesn't make sense, is making a huge development on your development career. Yeah. Awesome. Nice. So with that said, we just finished setting up the Firebase. Oh no, what happened there?
I love this comment while we figured out what went wrong. But William says, clever programmer is disrupting traditional learning in a big way. I'm a senior Golang engineer and was getting started with React on a personal project. Thank you. Hey. That is amazing.
Love that. Love that, dude.
So what's happening?
My Firebase JS only says it has the config inside of it, but you have the actual true file. So on your Firebase JS, what do you have? Okay, so you have everything in there. Okay, that's fine.
I just hit save as well.
Okay, we're all good then.
Yep,
so we've done the Firebase JS setup, so we have everything set up now. So what we need to do next is actually go ahead and, so I need to reconnect to the session. Okay, so one sec.
Do it.
Yep.
So guys, one thing I want to say is, just by the way, just cut me off whenever you're ready, Sunny. And okay, it seems like you're good. But this DB over here, this is what we're going to be just passing around in our entire app, and literally gives us access to the Firebase database, just that variable right there. So that's what you're going to, this is why we're exporting it here. So then we can use it in our different components of the app.
Exactly. And it really is a powerful asset when you have that little DB, because it just makes it so easy to access, push, listen to the database. You can do a lot of powerful stuff now. So with that said, what we're going to do is go over to Firebase on the right-hand side, and we're going to go ahead and initialize our Firestore database.
Okay, so let's go to Firebase. Yep. And then we're going to go to database. What I keep realizing, Sunny, is I keep leaning in too much. Because I want to actually like speak and sound better, but that's like hurting my neck like crazy because I'm looking at a giant TV.
Oh yeah,
Because for those of you guys that don't know, I have this like giant TV that I have set up. So yeah, it like kills my neck. So I have to be here, which might make my audio quality sound bad, but I have to be actually here to be super comfortable and view everything. So I think I'm gonna get one of those like boom arm mics.
I was gonna say get a boom,
Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna like lose my neck through this.
Even for this setup, I'd say get a condenser mic, which is actually like it points towards you, and that might be better. Yeah,
that's true. But yeah, actually, Frankie, I brought the condenser mic that we got that one time. We went to a convention, so we can actually pop that up soon. We'll do that. So now we're on Firebase. We're gonna hit create database, and here make sure you choose start in test mode. Hit done. And then just choose done. It doesn't matter what location it picks. It's going to be a good location by default. Damn, I
Yep.
see it's our stream is like starting to peak again and we're getting more viewers. And thank you guys so much. We are currently at 330 and we broke 16,000 views. So thank you guys. And if you're enjoying this so
Love.
far, make sure you hit the like button so it goes out to more people.
Exactly,
In the
guys. That's
meantime.
all we ask is you smash that thumbs up. Nice. So with that said, now we're inside the database. So the database follows a collection, document, and repeating structure, right? The
Yep.
collection is simply a list. It's like an array, right? So let's go ahead and start um, that collection by going ahead and creating a collection of reels, right? So let's go ahead and say reels.
Yep.
So
So
these are
this is
gonna-
going to be where the videos are. So reels, and we'll hit
Yep.
next. Auto
And
ID.
what we're gonna Yeah, so this is actually going to be the first reel. So in order to understand what fields we need,
Let's
what we're
look
going to
at
do
our
is we're
app.
actually going to, yeah, let's go to app.js.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to app, and let's use the app.js props that let's use video card props. So let's
And
go
I'm
to
just
our
gonna
code.
I will show that in just a second. But the things that we're gonna be using here for the video, the fields, what fields are we gonna need so I can visually show it here, and then we can show it through
Yeah.
props.
So
I
it's the
imagine.
channel.
Go ahead. Okay. So channel of, so the channel that's right here,
Yep, that channel.
Sangha. Got it. What else?
Yeah. And then we're going to have the avatar source. So the
The-
avatar image.
And that's the image. Yep.
Yep. We have the song that's playing.
Okay. So that's what brings the ticker.
Yep, exactly. And we have the URL of the actual video itself.
Okay. Otherwise, the video would not be here at all. Yep. Got
Yep.
it.
And then we have the number of likes and the number of shares in the bottom right.
Okay, so those are all the things that we're gonna need to feed our database when we create a dummy. We're gonna basically create this through the database. Got
Yep.
it. And
Now, if
then
we look
we'll
at app,
props.
let's look at app.js quickly before we do that. So app.js, there we go. And you can see here, guys, we have the props, right? So here we're manually passing in those props. So we've got the channel.
So when you say,
avatar,
okay,
source.
got it. Yeah, I was just gonna say if you could just say what the props are, but here the channel is a prop, the avatar source is a prop, and video card is the component.
Yes, exactly.
Got it.
So rather than hard coding these values like we're doing here, we want to be able to pull them from the database. So let's go ahead and add a document which fits this structure. So for the first field, let's go ahead and do a field of channel.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, so basically we're gonna go channel and boom, and I will also post the same values. Avatar source, and all of this is string because I actually see that he has a string data type there, so I'm just going to keep it as a string. Song, this is also a string. URL is going to be, actually let's go, so this is going to be a URL, which is the video URL, right?
Yep.
Cool. So I'm going to paste that here. Likes are going to be a number, so I'm going to say likes, we're going to make it a number. We're going to give it just 950 likes. And then shares is also going to be a number. So I'm going to go ahead, boom, boom, boom. Whoops. And I'm going to just copy this and paste it. Awesome.
Nice.
So that record is now made. And I just want to show you guys when Sunny was talking about how the structure is. So here you got your collections. Inside of the collections, you have documents. So for example, hey, basically in English, I'm saying, hey, this is where all my reels are. This is a folder that has all my reels. Then when you go inside of that folder, that literally has like all of your reels, right? And then it's like, so in your actual local computer, you would have a folder called photos. And then inside of there, you might have like all your photos. So just like that, we have all the reels here. Now, once we go inside of a particular reel, all the data associated with that is right over here. So what does that data mean? For example, hey, here's the URL for that. So I'm going to copy this URL. We're going to open a new tab, press and type it in, and then boom, this is what actually comes up. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is, the data that's part of it.
Exactly. So a really nice explanation there, guys. And like you can now see the exact way that we've mapped the sort of the props that we were previously passing as hard-coded values into the database so that we have the same structure, right? Now, with that said, we now need to pull that information from the database. So we're going to show you a really nice way of doing this. And also the added bonus here is that you actually go ahead and get a real-time real-time functionality here as well. So the first step to this is we need a sort of variable to keep track of all of the rails, right? So let's go ahead and create one. So remember, in React, to create a variable, we use state. So we're gonna go ahead and say const, and then we say rails, and we're gonna say set rails, right? And then we say use state, and then the initial value here is going to be an empty array, because we're going to assume that we have 0 rows by default when we begin this process. Yeah. So we're going to do this, and we need to import use state at the top. Okay. So like this. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and actually add a use effect. Now I'll explain what a use effect is, and it's basically going to allow us to run a piece of code when the app component loads. And we want to run this once, because we just need to set up a listener to the database one time, and we don't want it to keep firing off. We just want it to happen once, right? So we've gone ahead and imported it. And in order to write a use effect, we write it over here. So we say use effect, right? And then what happens is it takes a function. So it takes a function, and then it takes a second argument, which is the dependencies. So by default, by passing empty dependencies like this, what this is saying is that the app component will run once when it loads and never again, right? So it won't run once when it loads, and it won't run again. But if I had, like, for example, a variable inside of here, like name or like age or something like that, whenever it will run once when it loads, but it will also run when name and age change, which is why it's known as a dependency. Okay, so if we, by default right now, we just want to run once when it loads. So we're going to basically go ahead and do this. So what we now need to do is import that DB from our local Firebase file. So here we do import DB from our local Firebase, not the module Firebase. And then we're going to go ahead and do db.collection, because remember that collection that we created on Firebase was Reels. Okay, so we actually had a collection called Reels, and then what we say is on snapshot. So this is the magic right here. So on snapshot is saying, go ahead and give me, like, imagine you've got a camera and you pretty much take a picture of that Reels collection. So that list of, remember Kazi said it was like a photo, right, with all the Reels inside of it. So imagine we could take a picture of that photo at that exact point in time. So that's the snapshot, right? That's the snapshot. Now, the beautiful thing here is that the snapshot, whenever something is added, whenever something is changed, whenever something is removed, the snapshot is refired off, and we get a fresh snapshot, right? So we get a fresh snapshot, and then that goes ahead and gives us the most up-to-date value of what the Reels folder or collection looks like. Okay.
Yep.
So with
and
that,
I just want to, and I'll keep visually adding, like, more technically, what he's accessing. So when he's saying, hey, give me the Reels folder, I mean, that's how I think in English. You know, if you, like, give me the Reels folder, boom, that's what's giving him. And then on snapshot is just a fancy way of getting everything in real time.
Yep, exactly that, guys. It's a fancy way of getting everything in real time. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and actually set the Reels. So we're going to set the Reels to a value, right? And what value are we going to set the Reels to? I basically want to go through all of the Reels inside the database. So here, set Reels. I'm going to go through all of them. So I'm going to say snapshot.docs. So that's going to go ahead and go through that list of Reels, right? Snapshot.docs. And then I'm going to say map. So iterate through every single one.
So snapshot.docs returns, like, this returns an array.
Yep.
Okay. So this, guys, is basically everything inside of here.
Exactly.
Bada bam, bada boom. And then the dot map thing will allow you to actually, like, loop through one by one. So, like, if this is the first item, and this will be the second reel, and a third reel, and a fourth reel, all that.
Exactly that. We want to basically map through them and basically return it in a structure that is good for us, right? So in this case, what I'm going to say is map through every single document and basically go ahead and get the doc.data, right? And the doc.data is all of the properties associated to that one document. So the
Whoa,
avatar
whoa, whoa,
source,
whoa. Okay, got it.
yeah,
Because couldn't see some of it, so now we could see it.
yeah.
Okay, so
So
basic. Go ahead. Finish your thing.
so all of the so if you have doc.data, so the avatar source, the channel, like, shares, song, URL, anything associated with that document that we're mapping through or iterating through it, we're gonna get that information back.
So I'm just gonna again visualize everything he's saying because this is where it gets really dense, and I just want to empathize for everybody who's watching because it always would kill me when I would be going through this. So
Yeah,
Reels gets you this. All right. Then when we do snapshot.docs, that gets us everything here.
yeah,
Then when we do .map, then each doc here allows us to loop through it.
yep,
Okay. And then when we do doc.data, it gets you, so when you're looping through, it gets you this particular doc in the first loop, and then all the data here. And then this data here is actually an object.
yes, exactly.
It's
So what
just
you end
filled
up
with key value pairs. Yeah.
exactly. So you end up getting, as it maps through everything, you end up getting an array of objects, and then that goes inside of our Reels variable.
Yep. So the final thing that you're gonna get is an array of objects. So for example, here's your first reel, and this is going to have. Does this also has an ID, right?
No, so we're just pulling the data, not the IDs. Yeah.
Okay, so we're not pulling. Okay, cool. So the first reel is essentially gonna have, for example, channel. I'll just put channel for now as Clever Kazi. Okay.
Yeah.
And then bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then the second one doesn't exist yet. So this entire thing right now would look like this. For again, this is just an example, but this is what it would look like: an array with
Exactly.
one item.
Exactly. And then as you add the second, third document, you would get an array with 2 items, 3 items, etc. Right?
Yep.
So nice.
Awesome. Logan
Uh,
just dropped by. He goes, "Hey guys, in the office today. Just wanted to stop in and support you. Thank you so much." And then he says the drawing is helpful. Hopefully, this is helpful for you guys.
nice. Awesome. Um, right. So now what we're gonna do is Reels will now actually, if we've done everything correctly, we'll have all of the information that we want, right? So this is the moment of truth now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down here, we're gonna delete this line. And what I'm gonna do is rather than having this hard coded out like this, right? So rather than having all of this stuff hard coded at the bottom, so we have like all of these video cards. So let's go ahead and remove these. We have this video card, this video card. I'm going to get rid of that, get rid of that. And instead of doing this, what we have right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so I'm going to do some Java JSX. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to say reels.map, right? And for every single reel, I want to return a video card, right? So I want to return a video card. So I want to return a video card like this, right? But look what we do here that's different, right? So I don't want these values to be hard-coded. I actually want to pull the values from it. So here we can destructure the reel. So I can actually go ahead and pull the reel apart and say, get me the channel, the avatar, the song, the URL, the likes, etc. from that reel. So I can go ahead and do this. I can actually pull it apart and I can do that, right? Now what I can say is reels.map. Yep, so I don't know why it's freaking out. Yep, so reels.map and then the video card component like this. Now here I can actually go ahead and say this should be the channel that we're getting back from the DB. This should be the avatar source. The avatar source. This should be the song. And these are mapping to the database. This should be the URL from the database. So this should be the URL. This should be the likes. And this should be the shares. Like that. And what I can do now is I can get rid of our hard-coded value. So I can actually go ahead and highlight our hard-coded value and delete our hard-coded one. So at this point in time, guys, we have no hard-coded stuff here. So you can actually see for yourself, there is no hard-coded stuff saying that this is the channel name or blah, blah, blah. We're mapping it from the DB. Okay. And what we can actually do to prove this is we can go ahead and save and we can go back to our app and if everything was done correctly, This should map to the database. It should listen. It should get all that information, and it should render out the video card correctly on the screen. And if it does, I think we deserve a thumbs up. So let's go back to localhost.
All right, let's check it out.
And
I'll find out if you're bullshitting us, Sonny. I'll find out.
And hey.
Wait,
There
hold
we
on.
go.
Hold on. First, we got to put it through the stress test. Guys, Sonny
Yep.
could be bullshitting us, so we got to find out. Let's see here. Okay. So it says 950 here, yeah?
Yep.
Now, if it's true what you're saying, if
Yep.
I change this, it should change here in real time without me refreshing or doing anything, right? Which is insane, but let's try it.
Yep.
Okay, so let's give it a try. I'm going to change this to 154 and I'm going to hit update. Holy crap, dude.
Exactly.
Nice.
Real time, guys. Real time.
Okay, let me try this clever Kazi to Papa Python.
Nice.
Bro, wow, this is real time. I love this. You know that it's always satisfying whenever I see that React, like Firebase connect with React and then work in real time. It's just always like one of the best feelings.
Yeah, it's crazy. And it's just insane like how little code it was to get that powerful functionality. Like there was no managing sockets, there was no socket IO, there was no headache or anything. We just did a simple like 3 lines of code with the on snapshot and it just worked, right? Everything worked. And then it was paired beautifully with the React hooks. Everything worked really nice.
That's
So,
amazing.
what we're going to do now is, if you can see on the right, we can't actually scroll, right? So let's go back to having that layout, Kazi.
Yeah,
So
I can't
let's have-
scroll. I'm trying to scroll. I can't.
Yeah. So now let's have Firebase on the left, and let's go ahead and add another document into Firebase. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to drop you some content. So I'm going to go ahead and drop you an avatar source. So I will drop it inside of, where should I drop it? I could drop it inside of app.js.
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, so I'll drop this one into app.js. So boom, that's the source.
And add it. You want me to add this to the database?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
That's avatar source.
I wish it just allowed me to duplicate a record, you know? That'd be nice.
I know, yeah. So that's avatar source. This is the handle. So
And the channel name is Sanga, right?
Yep.
Cool. And then avatar. Okay, URL. You gave me the video URL, right?
No, that's actually the avatar source I gave you.
The Instagram long. The first thing that you gave me was the avatar source.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. What else?
And then likes on, like, we just do likes at 950 or something. And then do shares around like 40 or something.
Okay, I'm gonna do 47.
And then a song, let's do this. This was the song that I used. This one here.
No, I'm gonna use Don't Rush.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, nice! You actually. Oh, that's funny, dude. Why don't you ever put apostrophes? Like, do you don't like them, or do they piss you off, or what?
For what bit?
Like,
The
don't. You never put apostrophe. I've noticed you don't put it in don't. You don't put it in let. Is it like a British thing, or is it just like a you personal thing?
I don't know. I mean, I do it for the S's, but for everything else, I get lazy. Yeah.
Okay, I see. I got it.
And then for the URL, we have this huge one. So this one.
So this is going to be a number, right? Likes and shares are going to be a number. So
yeah.
let me actually fix those real quick. All right, go for it. Now what URL?
This is the big one. So this is the URL.
This is the most important one. All right. Got it.
Now, before you hit save, let's get that on the left-hand side of the screen.
Oh, so they can see it in real time, yeah?
Yeah. So we'll show them in real time without a refresh. So imagine now somebody just shot a reel and then they posted it, right? As soon as we hit save, notice how the right side of the screen is not going to refresh. Right?
Okay,
it's not gonna
hold on. Let me just refresh right now because everything was white and blown out. So now I'm trying to scroll, and it's not scrolling. Okay, so I
Yep.
don't know if you guys can hear my sound of me trying to scroll, but it's not doing it. But once I hit save right over here and then I scroll, it should scroll, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, let's give it a try. Let's put it through that stress test. So I'm gonna hit save. It added it. I see it on the left hand side. It added that. Boom, Sangha. Oh crap, bro.
That's nice, right?
Let me actually play it now.
Hey. Love that. When it works like that, it's so satisfying. It's crazy.
Dude, it is so clean, bro. It is so clean.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Love. Yeah, it's just super satisfying to watch it work. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yo,
Love
Barcelona versus Bayern is going on. That is a big boy match. I'm
damn.
always team Bayern. I'm Bayern all the way. Germany for me, you know. It's a German league. But
Yeah,
I know. Go ahead.
I'm on the other. I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Barcelona. Okay, nice. So I think with that said, we just finished up with Firebase.
Hey, Bayern is beating Barcelona 5-2. Let's go.
Oh shit.
Yo, I would watch that match. Look at that.
Damn.
Dude, let's watch soccer on this TV after. That is nice. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So with that said, guys, we just finished up on the Firebase database stuff. So everything is done. Yeah. Everything is done with that now. So with that said, we actually are ready for the deployment.
Oh wow. Deploy IG Reels clone to Firebase.
Yeah. Now, guys, if you're excited for this, let us know in the comments. And if you found this tutorial useful, if you've learned at least one new thing throughout this entire video, all we ask is that you smash the thumbs up button.
Yo, Frankie, come tell them to smash that thumbs up button, bro. We need you. We need that. We haven't even broke 1,000 on this one, man. What's the point of these streams right here?
Guys, what is up?
Yeah.
We need 75 more likes to get to 900, but we really want to get to 1,000. So smash that like button,
Hey.
guys. You guys are
Exactly.
enjoying this. You guys are enjoying Sunny and Kazi. I'll leave you now.
Hey, right here, bro. All right, here we go. So somebody said, hey, Ma, tell him to mute this part of the stream later. He's playing copyrighted music. Here's the thing. It's called the Fair Use Act by YouTube. If you're doing it for under a certain amount of time, so in this case, under 15 seconds, you are fine. And then the Fair Use Act basically says if we're not showing, like if our entire piece of content isn't about their music and we're just using it as a purpose to like demonstrate a point or whatever, then that is actually completely okay. So we are protected by the YouTube fair policy.
Exactly.
Fair use.
I think if you're actually talking over it as well, it actually counts as fair use. Yeah.
Yeah. So there it is, you guys. The app is pretty much ready to go. Now we're about to deploy it to Firebase. So let's do this thing. All right, Sunny.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and put this over here. And we're going to open up our command line.
Yep. Now, guys, before you do this, you guys will need to do a command called Firebase login, and that will log into your that will log Firebase into your Gmail account, right?
Yep.
If you do it, Kazi, it'll say currently logged in as Clever Kazi. So we
Yep.
can go ahead and do that. Yep.
So I'm going to show you guys Firebase login. Right now it's on localhost, so you guys can see that. So I'm logged in right now. And then the next step we're going to do is Firebase in it.
Exactly.
Okay. And then we're going to go to hosting. So we're going to choose that and hit enter. After you're done choosing hosting, click use an existing project. So I'm going to hit enter here. And we are going to go all the way down to IG Reels. Hit enter. Now here, instead of public, make sure you say build. Now here say Y as in yes, hit enter. Those are the important bits. And with that said, we are ready to deploy this app. Hopefully you guys are pumped.
Not yet. We have to do npm run build.
Oh, yeah, my bad. npm run build. Good looks. So here's the folder, guys. So let me actually show you guys where it's going to put it. So there's a build folder here, but it's kind of empty right now, yeah? Now when I hit, man, I'm picking up your British, yeah, but it's okay. It's fun. And it's going to put it in here, right there. You guys saw it happen. And this is all the stuff that actually goes online. So when we host it, this is everything that goes online. I know Greatest Ever has a question about this. He says, when you change things after deploying locally, what happens to Firebase? I need to overwrite my previous deployed site because my current one looks better and I need that one online. So all of your stuff is going to be in build. Make sure it's in here and then deploy it.
Yep, exactly. And when you do npm run build, guys, very important to note two things. One is creating an optimized production build. So it strips out all the developer stuff, which means it makes a super lightweight build, which is what we want when we deploy the app. That's the first point. The second point is when you do this command, remember, if you make any changes afterwards, right, you have to do npm run build before you do the deployment again, right? So you make sure if you do any code changes after you run this, you need to run npm run build again to make sure that that is also bundled in with that optimized build.
Yes.
Right? Otherwise, it won't be a part of the build. And you might think like, oh, what's going on? And I ran into that when I started off. So don't fall prone to that error.
Exactly. So just watch out for that. Now we're ready to deploy it. All right. I'm going to hit Firebase deploy. Now, are you guys ready? Drop it down below and we're going to deploy this. And it should be up in about 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's see. Boom.
There you go.
Holy crap. We timed this extremely well. And let's see it. Yo, it's up. Let me drop some air horns for all of you guys right there.
Hey.
I'm gonna go to 75%. That's where I don't look fat. And I'm gonna copy this, and then I will drop this in the chat so you guys can actually see this. And I will actually make it. I'll add it to the video description. Should I do that, Sunny, or do we get in trouble when we do that?
We do get in trouble when we do that.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna add it to the YouTube description. So sorry
But
about
when you
that.
guys
But
are watching, is that we actually got a really nice URL. So the URL is ig-reels.webapp, and that'll be forever up. So you can go ahead and check that.
yeah, or hopefully it'll be forever up until YouTube decides to do something funny to us and change our freaking. It's all owned by Google, so you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, check it out, guys. Let's actually click it, and it's playing.
Hey, nice.
I like that one so much. And then here's Sunny's. Hey. So you guys can see how nice that is. It's online. Man, dude, we just made reels, bro.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's it. And if you guys are pumped and you learned something new, let us know. Let us know in the comments right now. And if you don't want to write anything, just smash the thumbs up button. That's it. Simple as.
That's how you get out of like commenting. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this build and got a lot of value out of it. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already, because at this point, you guys are just helping us fly on this channel. I mean, now it's just this channel, because of you guys just flying. We're hitting about 2,000 to 3,000 subscribers or more every single day. And yeah, we're actually the fastest growing coding channel in the world right now. So thank you guys.
Yeah, that's insane. That's insane, dude.
Yep. So do you guys have any last? So Sunny, do you want to add anything before we end the stream? Any final words?
I just want to say, if you guys did enjoy it, we always say every time, actually, we love this because it allows us to sort of speak to you guys and actually go ahead and sort of start a conversation with you guys, see who's actually watching on the other side of just rather than seeing a number. But go ahead and actually grab your phone right now if you've checked out the site and actually go ahead and snap an Instagram and tag me and Kazi. Tag me and Kazi, and we can go ahead and have a chat with you guys.
Right
So
here.
our links are right here. Yeah. And then that way we can start a conversation with you guys. Also, if you have found this useful, you can go ahead and check out our course, Profit with JavaScript. Kazi, do you want to run through that?
Right here. So guys, go ahead and check out this course, and this is going to bring you a lot of value. And as a matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. This ad is brought to you by Clever Programmer. We'll be back right after this ad.
So you want to become a JavaScript developer? Here's a list of facts. 1, I just dropped the best JavaScript course on the planet. That's it.
Wait, who are you?
Let me explain.
Who am I? I'm Rafe Kazi. Done a few things. I was making 6 figures as a freelance developer at 21 years old, hit $1 million in revenue at 25, traveled the world, taught hundreds of thousands of students to code, and my programming courses are ranking #1 on YouTube. So what's in this JavaScript course? Listen up.
You're going to be learning the basics of JavaScript. You're going to be learning advanced object-oriented programming, DOM, GitHub, Visual Studio Code, command line, version control, AJAX, JSON, API, ES6. But I know you ain't here for that, buddy. Blackjack, Twitter clone, Google Maps project, $5,700 Upwork project, 15 modules, 30 hours of video content, data science visualization, modern portfolio, how to get a job at Fang, how to profit with JavaScript, and we're gonna build an Iron Man suit. Wait, what? Let's talk results. 1, Rob, freelancer, now traveling with his kids. 2, Afreen, saved her company $20,000. 3, Nazar landed a $110,000 contract. Results? Yeah, we got results. We got a 30-day money-back guarantee. You join the course, you don't like it, on the 29th day, 23rd hour, and 59th minute, you can return it, no questions asked.
Alright, so we both know coding is hard. I mean, you can see me staring out the window here, scratching my head. But anyways, if you want to make a profit as a JavaScript developer like so many others have, look, I know how to get there, so please give me the privilege to mentor you.
It's time for you to profit with JavaScript.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted.
Oh, I think you're muted, Kazi.
Guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Welcome back. And what do you have to say about this course, Sonny?
Dude, I all I have to say is that this course is not like any other Udemy course or like other paid course out there. In our course, guys, it's not a course, it's a community that you're joining, right? So you have training modules that you can take at your own pace. We have weekly coaching calls. So like every single week we run around 4 weekly coaching calls.
And that's
Tuesday.
actually one of the most valuable things about this program, where students often say it's worth more than a coding boot camp.
Exactly. Every Tuesday, I will teach React coaching calls, and we had Frank jump on earlier and actually vouched for that. And he's a developer who had tons of experience before, and even he found value in it, guys. So honestly, we highly recommend that you we got 30-day money back guarantee. You can join and see how it is for 30 days. That means you have pretty much potentially free coaching calls that you guys cannot, like, literally I wouldn't miss out on that opportunity if you're looking to build your skill set. We have success coaches who will give you personalized video feedback. Like, I'll repeat that, personalized video feedback on your homework, guys, which is insane, right?
And here are the success coaches that we're talking about, right? So we just mentioned the success coach, and as a matter of fact, our success coaches, so here's an example of Jen, who's our success coach, and she is actually hosting a success coach. So our success coaches will even host extra live coaching calls for you guys. And our community is just buzzing. We have over 1,422 members just in our Slack community. And if we click over here in the people section, you guys can see that our community is buzzing with energy and amazing human beings inside of this program.
Exactly. And Kazi, how many students have we got in the community right now?
Probably over like 16 or 1,700 at this point.
It's insane, right?
Yeah.
It's really insane. And guys, when I mean like the amount of time, and the thing is, guys, I really want to stress here that it's a case of you can just message all of us, right? So that literally you can message all of us, you can jump on a call with me if you're stuck on something, the amount of times I jump on calls with students just because they're stuck on something or they need to overcome a problem, you won't get that in other sort of.
Won't.
If you try and message a Udemy coach, right?
You'll
I
never get
guarantee
access to
you-
them.
Yeah, you'll never get an access. You'll never get.
We
a
literally
response.
get on calls with people, like one-on-one calls with people, and like
Exactly.
allow you to access us even through text messaging. David Rakosi, who's one of our success coaches, says the course basically pays for itself, which has been
Yep.
true for him. As soon as he joined, he was able to pay off the course through what he learned. And then
Yep.
Ola Kunli, who comes to these live streams, is here right now. He ended up joining Profit with JavaScript. And he says the weekly coaching is the meat of Profit with JavaScript. So I really think that's where we bring a ton of value to you guys.
Exactly, guys. And guys, we don't stop there, right? We teach you how to take all of those skills and then teach you the methods of how you can start generating an income with
Right.
those skills, right?
Because I think this is the most important at the end of the day, which is something I think most people don't teach, right? Most people will have, like, let's say the training part down, and then that's kind of it. Or they'll have like one or the other. Or some people just might have a really great community. But we have, and then boot camps, what's great about boot camps is they have like these interactive calls. What's cool about us is we got the training for you. We got the calls. We got an amazing community, right? And then we also make sure that you go out and actually make a living with all of the skills that you learn. Whether you want to do it on platforms like Upwork or you want to like land your dream job, those are things we can help you with.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, guys. And like we said, there's 30-day money back guarantee. And literally with that said, you're going to get 30 days of literally like you're going to get enough coaching calls in those 30 days that will like if you don't agree with us at that point, then you can go ahead and get all your money back. There's no harm.
Yep. And like, look, Jose, who was actually a coding bootcamp student, he joined our program and he was like, this course has given me more value than my 6-month coding bootcamp that I paid $10,000 for ever did. So take a look at this. If you're even like mildly curious, just go make sure you go to cleverprogrammer.com/PWJ or click the link in the description below and you can go and check out this program. Now, one thing I do want to let you guys know is in probably the next 2 weeks or less, we are going to be increasing the price of the program permanently. So whatever price you're getting is a steal. We know this program is worth like $3,000 to $5,000, and we are starting to price it higher and higher so we can actually get it to that bootcamp level. But outside of that, like our main thing that we do on YouTube is provide you as much value as we possibly can. Then in this program is where you and I can engage with each other, where Sunny and you can engage with each other in Zoom calls where you can speak to him and everybody else directly.
Exactly, guys. And it really does make all the difference when you have that mentor that you can actually go and speak with and communicate with on like a Zoom call. It's a lot more personal than just a little message on sort of Udemy that you're never going to get a response back from. So definitely go ahead and check out the course. Link in the description.
That's it. That's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Got a lot of value out of it. We love your face. This is Kazi.
This is Sunny.
And we will see you in the next video.
Peace, guys.